So here I was thinking that we would spend most of tonight's show making fun of the new Harry Potter series. And then some
Surprise!
shit happened.
That is not what happened.
Well, we
I,
will
I
spend some time making fun of the Harry Potter thing, but
I thought someone died. See, I'm the extroverted one here. Usually, if Larry calls me, someone died or like something's happening.
I mean, not always, just most of the time.
Yeah, just most of the time because the dynamic is I'll call you anyway, so fucking it
Yeah.
works out. But I was like, what's going on? And I get some very fun news.
Yeah. So a guy on YouTube whom, and I'm not saying this to be a dick, I genuinely had not heard of him. Fine, whatever.
I mean,
Uh,
he he
okay,
he he, he has like 100,000 followers. It's understandable to not know who he is.
yeah. So a guy named Based If True, I'm assuming that that's not his legal name, decided to, for some reason, make an entire 15 or 10 minute, I guess, YouTube video about me.
Like
Uh,
actually, Larry
yeah, that is my username
straight
on.
pulled the fucking government names on and everything. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and what's that fucking? Isn't there a shortcut to like see a thumb? You know what? It doesn't matter. I made it big enough. Yeah. So yeah, see there's me in the video. Yeah, he found my Reddit and for some reason felt that I was worthy of an entire 10-minute video.
You're
Um,
degenerate.
I mean, I am a degenerate. I mean, I'm proud of that fact. Yeah, so I don't want to talk too much because this guy I actually commented somewhere in here saying, hey, you seem to have unanswered questions. Would you like to schedule an interview? And he reached out to me, and we're in the process of scheduling said interview. I asked him if he'd like to do it tonight. I have not heard a response. I honestly don't even know what part of the world he's in, so maybe it's like breakfast time where he is and he's only just seeing it.
Likely in America, based off of his interests.
Well, that doesn't really mean anything though, because a ton of these guys like live somewhere else.
You weren't
Um,
wrong, but like, so we aren't seeing it on screen. Went and checked the guy out. He kind of just looks like an extra in FMJ, like
yeah,
just generic white dude with glasses, you know. But
yeah, normal looking dude. Guess he's half Korean. Didn't know that, but
half Korean, half
fine, whatever,
Filipino, who
cool.
fucking knows? Well, he has to announce it so we know his status among the ethno people. But
Yeah, I guess that's mildly interesting. So until we hear back from him, we probably shouldn't say much more because I don't want to poison the well. I don't want to use up any fuel for discussion.
well, I mean, hear me out. First, we can talk about him. Later, we're gonna talk to him.
Yeah,
And
and I don't want to talk about him too much with him not here because, one, that's a
why
little.
not? He already opened the floodgate.
No, I know, but I don't, like I said, I don't want to poison the well. I want to go into that conversation to see because I've seen his video. I haven't seen what he's like when you talk to him. So maybe he's very nice and we can have a civil discussion. Maybe I can convince him of the glory of the 1,000-year Marxist caliphate. I don't know. Maybe crazy shit will happen and he'll convert me and I'll become fucking right wing. We joke. I doubt. I seriously doubt that will happen.
He's gonna turn me into like a self-hating black person.
Yeah, just Nick turns into like Jesse Lee Peterson.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna turn to Candace Owens.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I didn't think of her because I don't think of her as having any authentic beliefs. Whereas Jesse Lee Peterson, I mean, granted, he's probably a grifter too, but Jesse Lee Peterson is more likely to actually think or say things, or at
See,
least he was back when his brain worked.
if you truly believe the things, I'm like, huh. Candace Owens just gives me the vibe of like, I, she's the type who would work with slavery type shit. Like,
Well, I don't think she literally said that, but she's made a number of comments that vaguely gestured at that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I would postulate that if given the necessary choice, she'd probably side with that versus dealing with the brunt.
Yeah, definitely. Which is ironic because she talks about the fucking Democratic plantation or whatever she calls it.
Dude, if I had a nickel for every fucking time that like they the Republicans try referencing slavery while also only letting their references for slavery exist.
Seriously.
Listen, we can talk about it. Only if you say that everything's okay and we're friends now. You can't be mad. Can't be mad. And you just gotta acknowledge, there were good people on all sides, and things got
both sides, folks.
Years there.
There were good people on both sides.
Pretty fucking much.
I love when he does the invisible accordion.
See, I feel like he's just really, really conducting the best symphony that we've never heard.
Well, in his head, he is. In his head, everything he's saying is brilliant.
Yo, bro, every time he moves his hands, all I can hear is simple and clean orchestral version for fucking Kingdom Hearts.
I'd be really curious to, see from Trump's POV for, just a minute or two. I just want to, because he's, old and he's on drugs and everything, so, does he perceive reality like we do? I'm guessing no.
Well, does anyone perceive reality like any other person?
Well, I mean, that's true, but, if Trump is standing up on the stage and, let's say, visibly shits himself. Let's imagine a crazy scenario where Trump visibly shits himself on camera.
You are really interested in what's going on in his pants. I'm going to just throw that out there.
Well, no, I'm interested in what's going on in his brain. So if he shits himself, I want to see, hear, feel everything from that moment, from his POV for just a minute, because I want to know, does he realize he's shitting himself? And, if he does, when the audience is sitting there silent, realizing what he did, does he hear cheering?
I have a weird question for you.
Yeah.
But, all right, I'll entertain. But I'm going to answer your question with another question. Now, do you think that when you have been lauded your whole life for doing anything, you're pretty much the epitome of a Nepo baby, and you've only grown in celebrity and power with that, do you think it's unreasonable to think it doesn't matter if you shit in front of people?
Well, that's the question. Because, yes, Trump 20 years ago, let's say, would have been able to come to that, logical utilitarian calculus of, no, this won't affect me if I have a diarrhea accident. But him now, I don't think he realizes he's shitting himself.
So I have a little experience in this area in that I worked in a couple homes for the elderly.
I thought you meant you had experience shitting yourself, because we all do have a little bit of experience.
No, that is not what I'll speak on. But I'm talking more. I've dealt with people with either dementia or showing signs of similar cognitive impairments. And it's weird because a lot of the behind the scenes kind of stops, but a lot of the stuff they're doing and the patterns still remain. It's just
instinct carries them.
Yeah, so if you ask them, why are you doing this or why are you acting this way, almost their emotions would guide you, and they would explain that. But if you try to go beyond that, it would be nothing. So I once again would say, are we sure? Okay, he's gone for sure, but just because he's gone and not making the mental chess moves, he's been sitting on we're gonna say figurative thrones for 20 fucking years.
Yeah, his financial muscle memory is there to keep him going.
His social muscle memory is what I'm more looking at.
Yeah, that's because that's the one thing he can still do. He can still say a line in a way where if you're dumb, let's say, it sounds charismatic, charming. He can still do.
I would argue it's charismatic regardless. It's just, does charisma carry the entire conversation?
Yeah, I think
that's why unfortunately people for years have said one of the greatest orators of all time was Adolf Hitler. That is just a fact. It's not a statement on what he said. He's good at saying it. That's not good.
I don't know why this is the example I'm thinking of, but at the RNC 2 years ago, he had like a little when he was pulling up one of his stupid charts. He had some line where he's like, "No, I didn't get to look at this chart too long last time because they started shooting at me or whatever." Like, all right, yeah. The way he said that line was mildly amusing.
He's a he's a charismatic dude, and I think with that comes a lot of social awareness. And I mean,
he's the used car salesman of real estate developers, crooked, rotten, but never stops selling shit. Yeah, that's true. And also, dude, I'd be so fucking good at the right wing grift. I'd be so fucking good at the right wing grift.
Do we have to go full right wing grift? Can we do? Okay, hear me out. Meet me in the middle. Because if we're gonna forsake our beliefs, we might as well dive deep. And so you should just open a church with me.
God. Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. By the way, that also counts as a right wing grift.
I gotta do the voice. Now, see, here's the thing. Brothers and sisters, listen to me here. I have a man, and he has repented. I tell you now, he used to live a life of sin. His degeneracy could be shown on all the screens here. He would post in the worst of subreddits. We have seen the most heinous of descriptions of masturbation and acts I will not even mention here, but he has turned himself to the Lord. Yes,
What denomination will my hypothetical church be? It'd have to be evangelical. They're the dumbest ones.
I can build a mega church so quickly.
Yeah, and they're the ones who are most fucking susceptible to grift. Let's be real.
Let's be real, guys. If we're doing a grift, I'm not opening a small pastor joint. I'm Joel Orsteening this bitch.
Yeah, I mean, not to be the fucking Reddit atheist guy, but like, let's be real here. You believe in God, you already fell for a bit of a grift.
You're oh my god, you're such a negative Nancy.
I am. Except I don't suck dick as well as Nancy did.
My guy, I'm gonna just point out here, we do not know how the universe started, and even if you pull the Big Bang on me, I will ask you where the pre.
Yeah, I know. When I say God, I'm specifically referring to their version of God. Like God the character, God the what do you call it? The archetype.
Sky Daddy.
Yeah, Sky Daddy. The guy who watches you masturbate instead of stopping hurricanes or helping starving children in Africa or whatever.
To be fair, that also applies to Santa Claus.
Well, yeah, but that's because Santa Claus's only thing is making gifts.
No. Let's think this through here. He has the best mobile response unit that could ever be assembled. He knows at every time where everyone is and can predict people's endangerment practically before it happens if you put all these on the same screen.
Have you watched the movie Violent Night, by the way?
I haven't gotten around to it. Isn't that Passion Boy?
No, that's Fat Man, which is a different Violent Santa Claus movie. I haven't seen that one. But no, Violent Night is the David Harbour one from like a couple of years ago. And it's a surprisingly good movie for a lot of reasons, but one of the things I like is that they actually clear up some of the classic Santa Claus questions.
He can see you all year, right?
I mean, it's less that he can physically see, and it's more that he can check the list at any time.
What's the point of the song?
Well, sees you when you're sleeping is more metaphorical. He doesn't literally have...
But he knows cameras. I'm awake. He knows if I've been bad or good, so I must be good for goodness sake.
Santa is real. I met him at a Chili's in Atlantic City. Yeah, I don't think that was Santa.
Bro.
Like, I know he asked you to sit on his lap, but I don't think that was Santa.
Obviously, Santa's not real. But, like, have you ever... Like, I had a weird experience with a Santa once. Like mall Santa type shit.
Oh, no.
No, this was actually just weird. And I just think about this sometimes. Because it's at a Burger King in the middle of a bumfuck town in a bumfuck state. And me and my family there, I'm like young, and my sister's there. I want to say I was like 13 or something. My little sister's like 6, I want to say, because she wanted to see Santa. Something of the like.
Yeah.
And so you're like, no, I gotta go and like play along with all the bullshit. So like we like go and we talk to Santa and all that, and then we're ordering food. Now, at this point,
Bastard gave me coal that smelled kind of funny. Yeah, that would explain a lot.
it was charcoal.
Yeah.
Eco-efficient Santa. Random family comes in, and this boy runs over to the Santa Claus, and I'm pretty sure he started speaking like Dutch or Finnish. It was fucking weird. And Santa just looks down and starts responding.
I mean,
I just remember thinking, they don't pay these guys enough, apparently. Like, that's wild.
I saw a really cute one once where a little deaf girl walked up and the parents were there expecting to interpret, but then the Santa goes, "Nice try, motherfucker! I speak sign too," and starts signing to her.
It's just so funny when you see shit like that. It's like I like when people really embrace that job and make it a little magical experience.
Yeah. Well, that's part of why Violent Night is as good as it is because in addition to being haha Die Hard with Santa Claus, it also has like some genuine stuff to say about Christmas as a concept and about togetherness and everything.
Die Hard with Santa Claus implies that Die Hard doesn't have Santa Claus and it's in the Christmas movie, but I'm just
Die Hard with Santa as the protagonist instead of a small cameo appearance as a thing on Holly's desk. Also, so like, I'm trying to think because I don't want to like spoil the whole movie or reveal everything, but like, one of the questions is how does a guy as fat as Santa get down the chimney? What he does, he stands at the top and he astrides his nose or whatever the thing is, and he kind of turns into a little energy wave that like slithers down the chimney and then reforms at the bottom like a transporter from Star Trek.
Yeah, but you can only do it at chimneys because chimneys are a subspace highway for Santa.
Well,
what the fuck?
Not to spoil anything, he can do it with any chimney, regardless of whether it's actually connected to anything.
I hate this. I hate it.
But the other one was like, because there's the classic question: if the parents don't believe in Santa, who do they think is bringing the presents?
Yeah.
Well, they kind of so this, at least in modern day, Santa doesn't bring presents to literally everyone on Earth. He brings presents to the kids who truly believe and who truly like need him to be there for them.
Listen, Jewish kids, it's your own damn fault.
They don't get into that. They don't get into the religion thing because he just says, "I bring presents to the kids who really believe." Like, he doesn't really say anything more than that. Maybe mind control. It could be that, but it could also be that when you are the parents and you've got the pile of presents for the kids, you might not notice one additional present snuck into the pile. Because Santa doesn't bring like expensive shit. He brings something that will be meaningful to the kid, whether that's like something really expensive or just a kite or a single stuffed bunny or whatever.
Yeah, but like, what if the kid's just like, all I want for Christmas is for me and mommy to get out of the homeless shelter?
Well, the villain in the movie, it's not that exact thing, but the villain in the movie had childhood hardships around Christmas. And when he's saying to Santa, like, fuck you, Santa literally says, "I just do presents. I don't get involved in people's lives."
My boy, are you stupid?
It's kind of unclear if he even meant to be Santa, because there's a sequel coming out that I assume will flesh out the lore. But, like, he was a normal guy at some point before becoming Santa. And he even doesn't fully understand how his own Christmas magic works.
Oh my god, and it's like, there's the ancient spirit of Christmas giving.
This is why they created Israel, because Santa never gave us presents. That would explain a lot.
Yo, hold on. Are you telling me that the Balfour Declaration could have been solved with a goddamn well-placed bow? I'm dying.
Here you go, little Timmy. This brand new invention called the television because it's 1948. Yeah, so they did kind of the Santa Claus him. Or that's not explicit, but it's implied because, like I said, he doesn't understand the full depth of how his own powers work.
So he didn't murder Santa Claus?
No. Well, Santa's so old that presumably he's the source of the Santa Claus myth because he's literally like 1,300 years old. Like, he was a Viking before becoming Santa. Like, that's why he knows how to fight, is because 1,000 years ago he was a Viking, and those instincts are still buried deep down, even though he hasn't used them in that long.
Sorry, I spent a couple hours of my day preparing to deal with bullshit white supremacy, so I just got to come out with a fact check. They're Vikingers. Viking is a verb. No one ever does that correctly, and no one cares.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off because they talk about embracing their own heritage and they don't know words, and I don't.
I know. To be clear, I'm not even sure if it was Vikingers specifically. It was just something of that type, like
True.
barbarian hordes type.
He was actually a Cossack. Like,
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know what country the rune tattoos he has are from. So, but like when he takes his shirt off to clean his fucking bullet wound, his whole fucking chest and arms and everything is like covered in runes and shit. It's fucking awesome.
Has anyone gone through the effort of translating Santa's chest?
I have not because I'm lazy.
I really hope it's like one of those Chinese script tattoo scenarios where it just says like some really fucked up shit accidentally.
Yeah, just this foreign pervert.
For those who don't know, a man walked into a tattoo shop and asked them to give him a tattoo in Chinese that said the lover of Asian women. And so they just gave him a tattoo that said foreign pervert.
I also like that Violent Night, as violent as it is not cynical and has like some wonder and magic to it. The only thing that would have made it better is if he took the little girl on the sleigh ride with him, but maybe they'll do that in the sequel. I don't know.
I also wish we would bring back the idea of Santa Claus being shit-faced.
Yeah, that
is the thing, folks. Look up old renditions. Okay, think about The Night Before Christmas for a second.
Yeah.
What is the description of Santa?
I don't remember, honestly.
Do you want to pull up the text just so I don't misquote?
Which, hang on, what was it?
Night Before Christmas, just like the classic one.
Night Before Christmas.
Like twice the Night Before Christmas, whatever.
Full text. Oh, thank you, Teacher Vision.
Thanks,
We don't give them enough credit.
Teacher Vision.
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna go find it somewhere else.
Oh, yo, go fuck yourself, Teacher Vision. We were.
Oh, nothing personal. I just don't feel like downloading the PDF.
What are you, anti? I thought you liked having official things.
I do, but I don't care right now.
But we gotta.
I don't know why we're doing a Santa Claus deep dive in March either, but fuck it.
Doug, we gotta hold the line for the war on Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't Bill O'Reilly declare that we'd won the war on Christmas somewhere along the way?
I have to ask you this. Is Bill O'Reilly like Jesse Jackson for white people? Like, does he just speak for you guys as a majority, even though no one gave him that crown?
No, it's just that the last time I heard the phrase war on Christmas, Bill O'Reilly was still around, and I swear to God I remember him declaring victory in it.
That's what was the war then? I thought it was kind of like a war on drugs thing or like a war on terrorism thing, and we just use it forever and we can't stop it, and it's just an excuse for us to mobilize shit.
So I'm reading the text of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I always want to say Nightmare Before Christmas because that fucking movie, you know.
Jesus Christ, Tim Burton.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
He's drunk as shit, dude. Read this. He's drunk as fuck. This is the whole thing.
Well, there's a bit at the beginning of the movie, he's fucking like between shifts, basically killing time at a bar in London. And the bartender asks, "You don't have to drive, do you?" And he's like, "Well, I steer a little, but the reindeer do most of the work." Like, that scene's in the trailer. You've probably seen it.
His face is constantly red as fuck.
Now, granted, it is fucking cold as balls in most parts of the world on Christmas Eve, so it could just be that, but
Yeah, his eyes are like kind of glazed over, you know what I'm saying?
well, if you had to deliver presents for fucking 24 hours straight, wouldn't you be want to be getting blitzed the whole way? Blitzen with Blitzen?
Blitzen. Yep. It would take a drunk man to not realize you should probably just keep Rudolph on the sleigh generally and not leave him out in the yard to get bullied by other reindeer, because your reindeer apparently can do that.
Yeah, and also he like if he can see every kid, wouldn't he know Rudolph was being bullied? Or
I like to imagine it's like a VeggieTales kind of scenario where like the reindeer are simply servants of Christmas and they are not entitled to its benefit.
I'm gonna need a definition of cold, Evos, because I'm kind of a lizard. So when I say cold, I mean like 50 or under.
Actually,
50 Fahrenheit. Fuck you, Eurocucks. I don't care.
I mean, listen, we do love other people in other continents.
I do love those people, but I'm gonna make fun of them for being Europeans.
All 1,000. I mean, dude, our freedom units are not great. Let's be real.
No, I agree. I'm just,
Fahrenheit is useful, but it should just be used alongside Celsius. I feel like we could all agree on that. Miles are stupid.
Yeah, 500 or 5,280. Like, that's a very random fucking number, my friend.
But I will say Britain is even more confusing because they use all of it.
Yeah, they use miles and kilometers in different contexts.
And rocks.
Yeah. She weighs 7 stone.
7 pound stone. Oh, God. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why are we measuring using rocks?
Metro cells seething when an imperial Chad can divide by 3. True.
Yo, hold on. Are you saying that their cortisol levels were rising?
I hate that I fucking...
I've
that
been seeing
tweet...
that meme a lot more lately, and it's getting me upset because I think all of us here are kind of in the same mindset that we look at terrible corners of the internet and we go, oh, God.
I don't so much look at them as I get exposed to them with or without my permission.
Fair. I'm finding it really upsetting that more and more of the incel vernacular is getting not only irony poisoned, but like just fucking spread at this point.
Yeah. Okay, you know how I feel. I'm fine with most forms of brain rot. 6'7" drives me fucking up the wall. Okay?
I don't understand why you're so mad about this.
Because I like brain rot. I don't like brain rot where the joke is, haha, it doesn't make sense.
That's not exactly the joke, actually. You're just not in the loop.
Yeah, but what is the joke then?
Okay, I'll actually explain the stupid joke then. It's not a great joke, but there is a joke.
Like, to my understanding, the joke is we say a thing and then adults will think it means something and it doesn't.
No, okay, so this is going to be stupid. There's this song called Doot to Doot. And, it's this random fucking rapper just making like a mid song, but he's like really hyped about his shit. And at one point it's like 6'7", and it's just so enthusiastic. And it's as I've understood it, it's people embracing that enthusiasm for little to no return, which is something we've done the whole age of the internet.
Well, a while back, I joked that 420 and 69 were getting old and that we needed new funny numbers, and the monkey's paw said, all right, then.
I don't know it's not even that deep. Like, it's if you don't get it, it's just a sign that you're out of the loop and we're getting old.
Yeah, well, like, I knew that it was theorized to be from a rapper. Like, I knew that part, but, like, so just the joke is making fun of how excited he got over nothing?
I mean, that's how it started, but the internet gets irony and just, like, rolls over 20.
Okay, because at least that's a joke.
Yeah, no, there was a joke the first time, but...
Like, that's the verbal equivalent of, like, the meme of Travis Scott going...
Yeah, but then, like, I mean, the whole idea, like, is we just attach emotions and shit to these one stills, these one moments.
I saw stills from the Drewski Erica Kirk thing. I didn't see the whole video.
Oh my fucking God. God bless Drewski, bro. Every time Every time he does this
Oh,
shit.
yeah. What is 1738? I heard people reference that.
1738.
I don't remember that meme.
Okay.
That meme must have missed me.
Fetty Wap. I said, hey, what's up? Hello. Seen your pretty ass as soon as you walked in the door. I just
No,
want
I don't know Fetty. I know of Fetty Wap. I don't know his fucking
here's
music.
Taught her how to whip it. Now she remixed it for low. Like what? Okay. So it's just the song Trap Queen.
Yeah, like I remember this fucking brain rot. Like I remember this thing.
See, if you remember E, okay, literally, it's like.
Though it was funnier before they added Markiplier to it, in my opinion.
But like this is what it's just but like yeah, dude, it's just a new generation's Fetty Wap because we get Fetty Wap.
And I guess that's better than what we could be doing.
Horses don't stop; they keep going. So you should too.
I don't know. I've seen horses stop rather suddenly to disastrous results.
No. Fetty's made this very clear. Horses don't stop. They keep
I would
going.
be curious to ask Fetty how he then explains Christopher Reeve.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He would take his lawyer out, and his lawyer would take their balls and just smear them across your face. And you'd be like, yeah, that satisfies my argument. Because that's what Fetty Wap's lawyer does.
I gotta say, I love the notion, like the phrase drag my nuts across. I love it because it's like, you're not even worthy of sucking my balls. You only get to have them on your face for a second.
Bro, it's just a smear of must.
Yeah. Now, well, speak for your fucking self. I wash my balls regularly enough that they're not very musty, but...
Well, listen, he's so active. He's just not, like, he hasn't taken his end-of-day shower yet.
True.
He's he's got RICO charges to dismantle something Giuliani can't pull. It's glorious.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Giuliani can't pull much of anything these days.
True.
He can, does he even still have Trump's fucking number? Like, I haven't heard them interact in a while.
I'm pretty sure he got left on red with a load on his face. Like,
he also tried to fuck that girl that he thought was a teenager in Borat too.
Oh, fucking Giuliani too.
Best NYC mayor in my lifetime. I'm assuming you meant like
no
recently.
Well, okay, I have to just throw out here. Should we give a dude a badge for the happenstance of being mayor when 9/11 happens?
Well, that's kind of... I mean, I obviously wasn't saying that in like 2002 because I was 5 years old, but I've been saying that for years. Like, all right, yeah, he was mayor when 9/11 happened. He handled it better than he could have, I guess.
I mean, if I'm supposed to give him credit, it's like name the three firefighters right now. Like, I can't. I don't know, man.
I only know the name of one firefighter who died on 9/11, and that's because he's Pete Davidson's father.
Oh my god,
Scott Davidson.
So Pete Davidson's a pothead, right?
No. Yes, of course he is.
Do you think he's finally inhaled more smoke than his father?
Oh.
No. Pete Davidson's gone on the record and says he thinks jokes about his dad are funny. He is okay at this kind of shit.
So I'm going to give a serious answer. Almost certainly yes, because smoke inhalation kills very, very quickly. So his dad probably didn't inhale very much smoke.
Fucking lightweight.
Also, to be clear, we don't even know for sure how he died. If I recall correctly, they never even found his fucking body. Like Wikipedia, last time I checked it, said Scott Davidson was last seen heading into Tower whatever with the rest of the team.
Does Scott Davidson make it into the new rendition of We Didn't Start the Fire?
Pete Davidson might. Though I'm sure 9/11 makes it into the... Didn't it in fucking Fall Out Boy's shitty version?
Oh, yeah. It did, unfortunately.
Also, it's really funny that Fall Out Boy is the name of a band, and it's also the name of Radioactive Man's child sidekick from The Simpsons.
I mean, I suppose.
Ugh.
I think it's weird how many pieces of art we got from 9/11. Like a bunch of Gerard Way shit.
Yeah, I know Pete Davidson was at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. That was cringe. Hopefully he just had no idea what it was about. I hope that's the truth.
Can we actively discuss the concept of the Riyadh Comedy Festival? Because I think it's a little hypocritical sometimes.
A little?
Well, no, I don't get why people are so mad about it.
Oh, well, yeah, because... And people made that argument about, like, well, doing USO shows, the USO does... Well, not the USO, but the US military does fucked up shit, too. And, yeah, that's true. And I agree that if I were a comedian, I would probably not be doing USO shit.
Would you not do corporate gigs based off of, like, who's impacted the world in what way?
Me personally, yes. I would be very... You'd have to do a lot of convincing to get me to do a fucking corporate gig. And I don't just mean offer a lot of money. Like, you gotta fucking sell me on the notion that this company isn't fucking evil.
But they need the bag.
Well, I mean, Pete Davidson doesn't, but...
They're just trying to get their nut.
Yeah, like, I'm not even... Like, I'm not saying that I will never listen to the comedy of anyone who attended the Riyadh Comedy Festival. It's just that, like, it's Saudi Arabia, dude.
So I'm just saying, we're gonna. I'm not pro Saudi Arabia here, but like, if we don't like a place because we cannot deal with their reformed leaders who have done atrocities and like operate on a slave-based economy and like exploit a bunch of people and shit, and then come back and do shows in America, I'm at a certain point just starting to be like, what do you mean?
Yeah, well, there's also the question of like how much do they need it? Because as Alex pointed out here, most of these people are very successful and could have easily done without the money from the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
I'm not against.
And I get that some of them probably saw it as like, oh, we're bringing free speech to Saudi Arabia. I get it, fine, but like, don't fucking do that, guys.
I mean, hell, I think some are just I could be grossly misinterpreting some dead person's opinion here, but I'm gonna postulate here, and this is just my opinion. Muhammad Ali might say something akin to, well, the Saudi Arabians never fucked up my people.
Well, they didn't fuck up your people, but they fucked up Jamal Khashoggi pretty badly.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, they literally, I don't know if they did it before or after they killed him, but yeah, they hacked him up into bits and like carry him out in fucking suitcases and shit.
Listen, I'm not saying every journalist was treated well over there. I'm not saying that. Atrocities happen everywhere.
Yeah, I agree with this. If they performed for an independent group in Saudi Arabia, that's one thing, but performing to the royals. Also, just in general, if somebody,
that's valid. That's valid.
Also, just in general, if somebody invited me to a comedy festival and then started telling me which jokes I could and couldn't say, I'd be like, excuse the fuck out of me.
Oh, I mean, seen anything on Disney Plus lately?
Well, I know, and that's the problem. That's why that's the only reason that I don't write for Disney Plus shows. And to their credit, Disney Plus let them show the Punisher literally cutting cops' heads off with a fucking axe, so.
I do think Alex did hit the nail on the head, though. It's not Saudi Arabia, it's for the royals of Saudi Arabia. And that I can get on board with. We probably shouldn't support individuals like that.
Yeah, or like the USO stuff, they're performing for the fucking machine cogs who got roped into the war. They're not performing for like the generals authorizing the war crimes.
Yes, exactly. It's not like you're the Olympic U.S. hockey team going and showing up to the State of the Union speech and acting as a political placeholder.
Yeah, that was cringe.
Very cringe. But no. I think, okay, valid point.
Yeah, Chappelle did used to turn down shit like that. Chappelle unfortunately fucking dug his heels in on the trans thing, and it's leading him down some dark paths sometimes.
I don't know. I mean, did you see his last special? I
don't think I've seen any of his specials, actually. I think I've only seen Chappelle's show.
So he did he dug his heels in Okay, so first he made the one joke on like the one
Yeah.
special. First
Yeah,
joke,
back in like 2017 or whatever.
yeah, first joke was funny, and then a bunch of people get mad, and then he does that thing where he's like, "Well, now my back's up," and his next special is absolute dog water, fucking trash. It's just him talking and bitching. Like, shut up, I don't care.
Is that where the meme comes from about him getting serious and like talking about his friend died? Like, is that an actual line or is that just?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He just got like, dude's just smoking like he's Ron White, just like walking around. It's a bit. It's a bit much. I like Dave Chappelle, but you gotta do a joke, nigga. Like,
Yeah, well, I've said this before. Dave Chappelle, at least according to my analysis, when it comes to non-racial civil rights issues, he has a habit of being like 10 years behind the times.
He's often slower. One, he's old, so like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to convince old people of like new movements.
Even back during the Chappelle Show days, though, when he wasn't very old yet, like there's the fucking bit with the opera singers saying all the shit he doesn't want to say. And like one of the punchlines in that scene is gay sex is gross unless it's lesbians. And I'm like, that feels more like a joke from 1993, not 2003.
Yeah, because like
he does kind of own his town, doesn't he? Doesn't he own like a sizable chunk of his fucking town or something?
Well, okay, if I had money, I would do the exact same thing, so I really cannot throw a stone on this.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's done anything bad with it. I'm just saying it's a little fucked up that people are allowed to do that.
Well, he did Wild Wild Country, but one person.
Yeah.
That's essentially what he did. But I mean, like, once again, I would do the same thing in a lot of these people's position. I got the money. I'm out in bumfuck. Why not? But
yeah.
Like it would be hard to convince me not to. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I see where he's coming from.
Personally, if I had that much money, I would never set foot in Ohio again. But
I mean, I could make a kingdom in Ohio, though.
I don't care. I'd rather be a serf in California than a king in Ohio.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's okay. Why does that sound like the intro to like an to like a Midwest emo fucking song?
Because it probably is.
You know, and I'd just rather be a serf in California.
Yeah, because you know what you can get in California? Decent Mexican food.
Oh my god, that would jam. I actually kind of want that. That shit would slap.
I know a girl from college. Well, know her is a strong word, but I met her like one or two times, and I'm Facebook friends with her. Remember, you saw the Black Widow movie, right?
I think so.
Remember how in the beginning, in the flashback, she's like crying and she says, "I want to stay in Ohio."
Yeah.
So this girl, I don't know if she always lives in Ohio or only does it part of the year or moved there or what, but I guess she was living there when that movie came out, and she said that dramatic scene got like uproarious laughter from the theater when she said, "I want to stay in Ohio."
Yeah, it was like, have fun with that one.
Though, to be fair, if you'd grown up in Soviet Russia, like late stage Soviet Russia, maybe you also wouldn't think Ohio was too bad.
I don't know, man. Late stage capitalism ain't looking too hot either.
Well, yeah, but there's also a child too. Like, I don't expect an 11-year-old girl to have like a nuanced take on fucking socioeconomics.
I mean, I don't know. But
oh, by the way, I had an exciting day yesterday because after like 6 years of trying to find it at a price that wasn't absurd, I found the mug I've been looking for.
Lovely.
Dun 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 dun.
See, it's always hard to tell because you got the light on of like gods.
Yeah, I know. That barely helps.
The only thing with Dave Chappelle that I think that like holds me back from casting complete judgment is I think about this. I'm not sure if it was like a bit he did or if it was like a stand up, but he was talking about when he was doing a show and he would go to Comedy Central execs, and like they're like, "Oh, you can't do this and you can't do this and you can't do this," but all the racial stuff is fine. It's like, why is that fine?
Well. And granted, this comes from the shitty season of Boondocks, but it's still a valid point. Boondocks had a joke about that, about how Adult Swim will let you say the N-word 1,000,000 times, but they won't let you say any homophobic slurs.
See that's one of the few moments where I'm like, I will acknowledge the season four of Boondocks exists. It shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah, he left, didn't he?
Yeah, Aaron McGruder wasn't a part of that. He was going to come back for a reboot, and then guess what? Fucking John Witherspoon died.
Yeah, I honestly, part of me thinks they should just run with that. Like, I would be kind of curious to see what Huey and Riley grew up to be, and you could run with that. You could do like a Boondocks fucking like King of the Hill treatment.
It's totally doable. It's just, listen, there's a reason Mike Judge is legendary for how bad people expected that to be and how well everyone went, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always give it a shot. I mean, fucking, you didn't know me yet back then, but from like 2014 to 17, when they were floating the idea of doing a second Blade Runner movie, all I fucking did whenever anyone brought it up was shit talk it and talk about how it was the worst idea ever and how like anybody involved should be fucking hung or whatever. And then it finally comes out and I see it and I was just like, I've never been so happy to be wrong in my entire life.
And then one nerd in the corner is like, it's actually pronounced hanged, but
yeah, I don't care.
For your revival.
The thing I distinctly remember about that movie is the fact that it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I peed pretty shortly before I went in. But then for some reason around the 45-minute mark, I suddenly had to piss really bad and I didn't want to leave because the movie's really good. So I just sat there holding my piss for 2 fucking hours. And it speaks to how good the movie is that I succeeded in doing that.
I mean,
but I learned my lesson. Now, anytime I see any movie, even if it's like an 80-minute movie, I piss right before the fucking movie.
Or you could just wear a diaper.
I strongly considered using my empty water bottle, but I'm glad I didn't because when I did finally piss, it was so much it wouldn't have fit in the water bottle.
So, I mean, you just like fill up the water bottle, dump it, and there you go. Just like roll it down the aisle.
Hang on, the dude finally responded.
Oh God, this is fun.
He said he assumed it would be next week, so I asked, does Tuesday at 8:30 EST work for you?
Oh God, it's gonna.
Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna do it tonight, but
it's gonna be so fucking weird, folks.
Maybe. Maybe he'll be a nice dude and we'll fucking have a nice conversation. I don't know.
About what?
Hey, I don't know. You never know how easy it is to talk someone into something.
He thinks the fucking redheads are being rewritten into black people.
Yeah, I know, but he might be 15 years old. I don't know how old he is. Hey, I always give a little bit of effort into helping somebody become their better self. If they approach me in good faith, I'll give it a shot. And if they don't, well, then we'll fucking make fun of everyone. I don't know.
Sometimes I just think about Bo Burnham's Inside. Did you see that?
No, I need to see that. I did see Bo Burnham, What? Which is much older, of course.
No. It's a whole different fucking vibe. Bo Burnham Inside is watching a man go insane. It's great.
He might have fallen down the right-wing pipeline. There's a chance to catch him. Just don't get dragged down. Well, I can't get dragged down because my brain is very, very big. Yeah, I know what Bo Burnham Inside is about. I just haven't gotten around to watching it. Anything everyone is obsessed with, I always get to late because I'm always doing something else.
Bo Burnham Inside was just one of those things where like it was peak COVID. I was depressed, and they're like, "We got shit for you." And I was like, "Content. I like content."
Oh yeah. By the way, speaking of peak COVID, I love how like Tiger King is the ultimate case of like fucking timing divined by the gods. Because I mean, I would have been interested in Tiger King no matter what, and because crazy people fucking murdering each other and keeping exotic animals and all that shit.
I don't think about COVID without Tiger King. Like, it's part of it.
So like I would have been interested in that, and it would have found an audience for sure. But due to a stroke of luck, the likes of which how do I make a Dune joke here? We have stroke of luck like even God has never seen, or whatever. Anyway, the gods arranged things so that Tiger King came out at the exact moment where half the fucking planet was locked at home with nothing to do. So they all watched Tiger King. They all loved it. A few weeks later, they do that Zoom fucking reunion thing. By the way, I took so long to watch it that was there when I watched it,
It's
and
gross.
everyone acted like it was fucking awful. It's whatever.
You only say that because you didn't wait for more Tiger King to only get that.
Well, so that's what I'm getting at. So, like a year or two later, they did Tiger King 2, which was another season of the same content. And it was of similar quality and production value. And then everyone is like, this fucking sucks. What the fuck? I'm like, it's more of what you asked for.
No, what we asked for was what we got after Antle.
Well, that was after Tiger King 2. That came later.
That's what we wanted. Was like,
yeah, we did get that.
Because I love watching this weird cult of like this guy who gave Siegfried and Roy his fucking tires with his 30 wives trying to explain to me how he's just like a master of the universe while fucking breeding tigers.
I will say, while I did watch all the Tiger King like little mini stuff, I did not watch any of the fucking dramatizations they made afterwards. Like they made like Joe versus Carol or whatever the fuck. Like I don't care. I don't need to see a dramatization. I watched the documentary.
Yeah, no, I don't need none of that. That's all garbage. God, you have me thinking about the forbidden season of Boondocks, and it's making me very upset. They enslaved.
I don't even remember it really.
So they bring out Ed the Second, which we could have done without it. There was a reason. The whole fun joke was this is Ed the Third, this is Ed One, so don't worry about that. But no, we get Ed the Second, and Ed the Second just puts the Freemans into actual slavery, not like hypothetical or like, oh, it's a metaphor, or they're in this place called Freedom Land, where like it's a reenactment of the 1600s.
Didn't the fucking fourth season take literally like 5 or 6 years to come out?
Yeah, because it shouldn't have been a thing.
Well, yeah, because like Adult Swim shows in general tend to have long downtimes between seasons. They were doing it before streaming was, in fact. But like, so Boondocks started in 2005, and then I remember that you and I watched the Black President Huey Freeman episode, which obviously happened after Obama. So that would have been like 2009, and that was like what, season 3?
Oh, I thought that was 2.
Maybe it was 2. But the point is, like,
has the ball. It has like.
Let me find out. I always forget that I have a magic internet box in front of me that can answer all these questions.
The Fundraiser. That's probably one of the best episodes. You haven't seen that one? Check that one out.
I've seen every episode.
Okay, good. Wait.
However, most of them I saw like a decade ago, so I don't remember them too well. But
he's even gone and seen the banned ones.
Well, yeah, they weren't banned from streaming back when I watched it.
I don't think they ever put the Ballad of Jimmy Rebel on streaming, though, did they?
I've seen it, so they must have.
I thought you had a DVD or something.
No, I want to, but I don't want to buy this on... Like, I want to wait till they re-release it on Blu-ray. I don't want to fucking pay, like, $60 for SD. Okay, so the first season was from November 6th, 2005 to March 19th, 2006. That makes sense. Second season was October 8th, 2007 to March 23rd, 2008. That makes sense. Third season was May 2nd, 2010 to August 15th, 2010. And then the fourth season was April 21st, 2014 to June 23rd, 2014.
It shouldn't have existed, man.
And I guess the pilot aired January 11th, 2004, but I don't know if they mean like a fucking pitch pilot or like the actual first episode.
Yeah, that's not even like... That doesn't even take into account the comic strip.
Yeah, he let the comic strip end so that he could do the show too, and then they still fucked him, man.
That they really should not have made season 4.
Also, I hate. Maybe I need to watch it again. I didn't fucking get it or something. But I did not get into fucking Black Jesus really.
You got to give Black Jesus another try.
Yeah, like it was fine. I watched the first two seasons, and then it took them so fucking long to
Yep.
make season 3 that by
Like,
the
who all
time it
these
came
people-
out, I'd forgotten the show existed.
Yep. That happened to me. I had to rewatch.
And like most of the fucking cast didn't even come back. One of them died, so I can't really blame him for that. But
Okay, but don't forget about Dynamite.
well, that's okay.
Dynamite!
Was that Magruder?
I thought it was.
It doesn't mention that on his Wikipedia.
For some reason, I thought he was involved with that.
Maybe he had some involvement, but yeah, I would love. That's another one. If you're not going to bring it back, at least give me a fucking complete series box set.
Can it come with the movie?
Or, I mean, I have the movie already, so I'm not like that picky. But yeah, just do a whole fucking Black Dynamite multiverse box set.
Okay, what is that stage direction that guy reads? I can't remember what it is.
The militants turn startled. Who are you?
Yeah.
There's a few, but that's the one I remember.
The main line I just remember from that movie is, "But Black Dynamite,
I sell drugs to the community." Yeah, I was surprised to see that one turn into a meme. I thought most people hadn't seen Black Dynamite.
Blaxploitation films are like pretty big among a lot of groups of people, I feel like.
What's fun is that after watching Black Dynamite, I actually went back and watched, not all of them, but I watched a ton of those old Blaxploitation movies.
Fuck yeah.
I'm trying to think, because I haven't seen anywhere close to all of them. Like, I still need to catch up on all the Rudy Ray Moore shit and everything, but like, I saw Shaft a long time ago, so I need to see it again. I've seen Trouble Man. That one's good. No, that's Rudy Ray Moore, so I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, the movie actually used real 70s camera and lighting and shit, and you can tell because it looks like it's from the 70s. It doesn't look like a movie trying to look like it's from the 70s.
When did that movie come out?
2009, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, Trouble Man's great. Fucking Black Caesar's great. Well, I don't know about great, but it's very entertaining. I've seen all the Superfly movies, in fact, even the fucking shitty ones.
I mean,
yeah, I liked the 2018 Superfly remake more than I expected to.
Did Voss just write Superfly?
Yeah, Superfly.
Am I dumb, or do you have to always spell it like it's supper?
No, it was spelled Superfly on the poster.
Okay, I honestly wasn't sure with that one because just the way everyone says it.
You know that the forgotten sequel to that movie gets a fucking reference in Pulp Fiction, which is probably the only reason most people have ever heard of it.
What's the name of it?
The second one's called Superfly TNT.
And where's the reference in Pulp Fiction?
When they're fucking cleaning the car after Marvin gets his head splattered, and they're arguing about who should be where in the car, Samuel L. Jackson says, if I remember correctly, "I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker, and every time my fingers touch brain, I'm Superfly TNT. I'm the guns of the Navarone. You're the motherfucker should be on brain detail."
Jesus Christ.
Guns of the Navarone is a very famous movie, but yeah, that's Tarantino slipping in his autistic blaxploitation fan credit card.
Something that cracks me up until the day I die is how Tarantino is so autistic into black people and into blaxploitation films.
Yeah, his special interest is saying the N-word.
Well, he just code switches when he's around black people, and like it's not. I don't think people take it offensively, but it's so fucking like okay, it's the equivalent of the Key and Peele sketch, where he's like, "Ma'am, what's good? Oh man, it's been the same. How you doing, miss?" "Yes, ma'am."
I love the scene where Superfly himself goes to the bar and Curtis Mayfield is playing, so the plot stops and you watch Mayfield play a song or two without any other movie stuff happening. The filmmakers just saying, "We know why you're here." Yeah, that's part of why it's. I wish more movies did that because Superfly is not the only blaxploitation movie to do that shit.
It's like you earn Curtis Mayfield for a theme song, you give him his fucking screen time.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye didn't have screen time in Trouble Man, but like they used. I mean, he wrote a whole soundtrack of songs for it that play throughout the movie. Also, Trouble Man is funny in hindsight because, yeah, Luke Cage did do that a bunch. No, Zoe Bo, you're not late. We're going to do it on Tuesday, I think, which I didn't expect it to happen tonight. And I don't want to talk too much about it in advance.
I mean, we can talk a little bit.
Yeah, a little. But so have you ever seen Trouble Man?
I don't think so.
You might remember the famous name dropping of its soundtrack in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. But in Trouble Man, and this isn't funny because of the movie, it's just funny in hindsight. His character's name is T, like that's all he goes by.
Like the letter?
Yeah, just T. Like it's short for something, presumably. But people who are like that's what he goes by to everyone. But people who are trying to be respectful of him will call him Mr. T. So it's just kind of funny that he gets called Mr. T repeatedly throughout the movie, and Mr. T, as we think of him, didn't exist yet. I mean, obviously he'd been born, but I have not seen Foxy Brown or Blackula, but both are on my watch list, and I've been looking for where to find them.
Man. Oh my god, Foxy Brown,
Black Caesar, that's a fucking good one. But I read a description of it once. That Black Caesar, I believe he described it as the cinematic equivalent of a shotgun in the sense that it just fires everything at the wall to see what hits, and some does and some doesn't. But that one, it's great. It's so rare we get a protagonist who's such a fucking piece of shit.
Walter White?
Well, yes, but one, that's rare. Two, Walter White becoming a piece of shit was a slow, gradual process, arguably. And three, fucking Walter White is not as bad as Black Caesar is. That's not what they call him in the movie. I forget his fucking character's name, but Fred Williamson. Like, he's literally a rapist in the movie.
It's not good.
No, it's not good, and that's why we're kind of like, yeah, that's right. When he gets his comeuppance near the end, or when he kind of does. But Fred Williamson, football players,
kid, though.
What?
Walt did poison a kid, though.
He did, and I know I would never accept this excuse from anybody, including him. But in his defense,
he wasn't gonna kill the kid. He just poisoned the kid, type shit.
I mean, to be fair, if anybody out there knows how to give a kid a dose of poison to just put him in the hospital temporarily, it's Walter White. So.
I want to be clear: it doesn't have to be a murder attempt for it to be wrong to poison a child.
Oh no, it is. I'm just saying that making a child this is just my ethics, and you could debate this, but according to my belief system, it is more unethical to rape your wife than it is to temporarily make a child sick.
I mean, he's killed so many people.
Yeah, I know, but again, in my opinion, raping one person is more unethical than killing multiple people because when you kill,
just terrible.
Well, they are, but there are circumstances.
How deep the fucking bottomless abyss is. I just know it's down there. I don't gotta go and measure it.
Yeah, exactly. Depends on why. There are reasons that you can kill somebody and it's justifiable in context. There really is no reason that you could rape somebody and it's justifiable.
Oh my god. I'm not disagreeing with you, but like, fuck, why are we quantifying crime?
Well, like, anyway, what I was saying is, so most football players turned actors don't tend to be the best at it, with occasional exception.
What'd you say, actors turned football players?
Football player turned actor.
Okay.
But Fred Williamson, what?
How many of them are there? Like, actually, like I'm having a hard time.
It depends on your definition of football player, because if you're including college football players, then a million of them. But if you're including professionals turned actors, not that many. Like Terry Crews, Marshawn Lynch.
Okay, Marshawn Lynch is a fucking character that you put into a thing, and you're like, "Hey, it's Marshawn Lynch," and
Yeah,
everyone goes, "It's Marshawn Lynch."
I'm specifically talking football players, Zoe. So I'm not talking other athletics because a million athletes have become.
Yeah, because the wrestler turned actor pipeline is a lot more succinct.
Yeah.
John
And O.J.
Cena,
Simpson
The
does
Rock,
count. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about Fred Williamson
O.J.
is
Simpson,
because
that's the one.
Fred Williamson puts a lot of fucking nuance into a character who's pretty reprehensible. Oh, football players turned wrestlers. I don't know that many, honestly. But yeah, like Fred Williamson. Part of the setup is that when he was a kid, and a kid I mean like 13, let's say, he got set up by a crooked cop and he went to juvie.
Oh no.
He must have been older than 13 because he went to adult jail for a while. So let's say he was like 15. He gets out now, and he's had this whole fucking plan he's worked on for a decade to not only get revenge on that cop, but to build his own criminal empire. And at the beginning of his plan, he goes to the barber shop to kill the guy who not the cop who set him up, but the guy who like set him up for the cop.
Okay.
And it's like a black barber shop, so it looks exactly how you're imagining. And he walks in, and everyone's like, "What?"
Ice Cube is there?
No, Ice Cube would have been about 10 years old when this movie was made, maybe less.
Ice Cube in the barbershop, just like somehow an old man. Like think Everybody Hates Chris style, where it's just a little child with grown Ice Cube head.
Dwayne Johnson is a former football player. He's a douche, but he fits the bill. He's also not a good actor.
He's dog water. Him and Kevin Hart just stand there and shoot the shit.
Yeah, Terry Crews, NFL. In fact, Terry Crews' first scholarship was not for athletics; it was for art. He's like a brilliant fucking painter. He was a police sketch artist for a while before he became famous.
There was what's his face, the kid from High School Musical.
Oh yeah,
Troy Barnes.
Yeah, so anyway, so Fred Williamson walks into the fucking black barber shop, and they all know who he is. He's dressed like a fucking gangster already, even though he isn't quite yet. And he's like, so you know who I am? Yeah. And like guys are quietly leaving the barber shop now because they know shit's gonna go down. And he's like, he says,
what is he, Bumpy fucking Johnson?
No, but they know why he's there.
Okay.
Because he looks recognizable enough that they're all like, oh, yep, that's that guy, even though he's older. And so he's like, so I came to talk to you about what you did setting me up all those years ago. And he pulls out the fucking gun. And the guy, he was getting his hair cut. I think maybe he's got shaving cream on his face and everything. He's like sitting there freaked out. Like he goes, yeah, it's your first time, right? Yeah. Hey, don't worry, man. It's my first time too. Look, see, my hand is shaking a little. I've never killed anyone before. I'm getting my start today. But yeah, it's a fucking, there's this whole bit where he gets in a fight with his like childhood friend turned mob accountant. And the guy, he says to the guy, if you knew how to fight, you could have owned this city and everyone in it. And his friend says, I never wanted to own anybody. Like the dialogue is really good in this movie. There's lots of fucking great character stuff. It's got a James Brown soundtrack.
Hit me.
Yeah, pay the boss. Pay the cost to be the boss. That's from Black Caesar. Like that's its theme music that plays throughout the movie. Pay the cost to be the boss. Like it's playing over a montage of him like machine gunning a bunch of people. It's a good fucking movie. You should check it out if you can find it.
One day, I hope to be so successful at an activity that after I finish the activity, people will just drape my jacket over my shoulders like I'm Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah. Was Carl Weathers NFL or college football or whatever? College football might
was actually.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Didn't Burt Reynolds do
Bro, imagine just getting fucked up by Uncle Phil.
Seriously.
What the fuck was that guy's name?
He signed with the Oakland Raiders? Interesting. I had no idea of that.
I feel like I heard that from They Live for some reason. He's in They Live, right? Or is that
that's Keith David.
Damn it. I cannot keep these Jack Black guys in check.
Hang on, I'm just trying to find out if Burt Reynolds played professional football. I don't think he did, but he played college football.
Wait, like Eastbound and Down?
Yeah, well, not the name of the movie, but yes.
Oh yeah, no.
The show is named after the song from the movie. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can be done.
We got a long way to go.
And a short time to get there. I've told you about this movie before. You gotta check out the movie The Last Movie Star.
Who is that about?
It's Burt Reynolds. It was one of the last movies he did before he died. In fact, it was his last non-cameo acting role before he died. And he so he's like an old man. He's like 80 years old. It's a fucking Burt Reynolds reckoning with his legacy movie. He playing a thinly veiled fictional version of himself.
Not the miniseries with Paul Newman.
No, I'll pull it up for you here. Damn, I love when an actor's filmography is so long that it just has its own Wikipedia article rather than being a section in the main one.
That's insane.
Well, Burt Reynolds is in a lot of fucking movies. Yeah, this movie. 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's just a movie about him like reckoning with his legacy. And
Remember, just like Remember.
Very different from
Just
Remember.
like Remember. It's exactly like Remember. Same movie.
No, this old guy is not okay. This old guy isn't like dementia adult. He's not even that old really. He's just like old enough that he's thinking of himself as old.
He's old enough that he's out the Hollywood game unless he starts playing old actors and he's a man, so he feels bad doing that.
Well, honestly, it seems like his career has just kind of dried up because like he lives in a big ass mansion with a gate with his initials on it, but then he also like drives an old shitty car and flies coach and like so clearly he used to have money but kind of doesn't anymore.
So just to be clear, he's the protagonist of the song you use as a media test for every person you meet?
No, that's the protagonist of that song is him 40 years earlier when he's at the height of his fame. And also that's about a musician, not an actor, but
oh my god. You knew what I meant.
he lives in the Sunset Boulevard house. Are you being serious or are you just making a joke? Because that might be true. It does look like the house from Sunset Boulevard.
Monica Boulevard.
But yeah, it's so anyway, the whole reason I thought of that movie in particular is not it is a joke, okay. It's not just because it's Burt Reynolds, it's because twice in the movie he has these dream sequences where him as an old man interacts with him as a young man. And the way they did it was they just found footage from old Burt Reynolds movies and CG'd him over whoever Burt Reynolds was talking to in the old movie. So the first one is Smokey and the Bandit, and then I think the second was Deliverance.
Okay.
But so they CG old Burt Reynolds into the seat where Sally Field should be sitting, and using like strategic editing and strategic use of clips, they construct a whole scene where he's trying to convince his younger self to not be like this. Unlike Carrie Fisher, they didn't do a CG version of him. They just shot him on a green screen and put it in the old movie. Whereas Carrie Fisher, maybe they did that with Carrie Fisher as well.
When I think of the Carrie Fisher CGI, I just think about those memes we had for like 1 or 2 years where it had that one song that was like do 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 do, and like things would just go launching into space.
If I remember correctly, with Carrie Fisher, they took the existing footage of her and then plucked it out of that and put it in a new background. Because there was, the unused footage of her from Force Awakens, but I think they changed the background via CG.
So it looks so fucking out of place that she launched through space.
Well, that's the previous movie. She was still alive when they shot that one.
It looks so weird, though.
It looks weird, but it doesn't like it's not like it doesn't make sense in context.
It's okay, like it's not even about it like making sense. It is I find it very unappealing to watch.
Well, yeah, it's a surreal visual, but like logically it holds up, at least as far as anything in Star Wars logically holds up.
Yeah, like as far like listen, if I was gonna nitpick that, we wouldn't get explosions in space, and we're not doing that realm of this. Like
Yeah, and I mean in real life, a human being can survive up to like a couple minutes of exposure to vacuum. So
assuming that they like fucking breathe out all the air in their lungs, if they hold it, then the vacuum difference makes their lungs explode, and it's near impossible to get every bit of air out of your lungs. But if we ignore that.
not that it's a space movie necessarily, but you want to watch a movie that remembers the physics of how lung capacity and like vacuum and everything works. Check out The Abyss.
Ooh, you
because
have to the pee.
no, actually, that's that of all the fucking scary things in that movie, that's not one of them.
You had to drink the pee. I saw The Abyss. I had to drink the pee.
No, what happens, or not what happens in The Abyss, but one thing that happens in it is that in order to get to the way deep down for the climax of the movie to happen, Ed Harris has to go so deep that he can't use a normal scuba suit because the pressure would just crush his fucking lungs. So he uses a liquid breathing apparatus where you breathe oxygenated liquid, which therefore, because it's holding your lungs together, they won't be crushed by the pressure.
Yeah, the fucking SEALs use that. Was that one of the texts where they're like, James Cameron, what do you know?
No, but the character because Navy SEALs are a group of characters in the movie, so they get the suit from one of the SEALs.
Cool.
There's also a great bit where, because they have to explain some of the physics of being underwater to the audience, and it's really clumsy. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, so what you're saying to me is like, if I want a fantastic movie with like explanations and logic, I'd have to look for James Cameron.
I will say about James Cameron, it says a lot about his filmography that a movie as good as Titanic is one of his worst movies.
I think all filmmakers need to strive to be like James Cameron.
Yeah.
And for everyone that doesn't, we are just set further into the abyss.
Yeah. So anyway, so the way they did the exposition for the audience without it being clumsy is that the SEALs are joining the boat, and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio is legally required to give the briefing on how to do the basic underwater shit, even though she's talking to Navy SEALs. So she's like, the way it works, like she's doing it all perfunctorily, and they're like making fun of her as it goes. Like, we know, bitch, come on, we're Navy SEALs, we know how to fucking dive, let's go.
Say this.
But she is legally required to give them the whole briefing, and as a result, gives the audience the briefing of how underwater physics work.
It's like when you're on a plane and they explain about where the exits are.
Could you get pneumonia from breathing oxygenated water? Well, it wasn't water that was oxygenated. It was a specially designed oxygenated fluid designed specifically for what they were doing. And it's real tech. It really exists.
From extended exposure, I do not know.
It's unclear how long well, no, it's not, I guess, because he was in that suit for like at least an hour. Not in movie time, but in real time. He was in that suit for at least an hour.
I see, maybe the problem is like when we're thinking about getting pneumonia from being wet, it's the effects of being wet. But maybe these effects don't apply when it's internally in your lungs. Maybe.
Yeah, and also presumably because pneumonia, part of that comes from like the wind chill chilling you to the bone when you're wet, and so presumably the liquid is like temperature controlled.
Exactly. So like I don't think there's like a lot of the attachments to it.
Yeah, it does. I'm assuming you meant to type uncomfortable. That's the whole point. Like when he puts it on and the liquid starts filling his lungs, he starts instinctively freaking the fuck out, and they have to like talk him down till he realizes, oh, I can breathe this liquid that's in my lungs.
I wouldn't like it. It seems doable. I mean,
yeah, like one of the SEALs even like says to him, "We breathe water for 9 months, Buck. Your body will remember how to do it. Just give it a minute. Just give it a minute." Yeah, it's a fucking awesome movie. The Abyss, I talk all the time about The Abyss because it's so good, but due to its own bad luck, it came out in between Aliens and Terminator 2. So everyone forgets about The Abyss.
But it raises the bar nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, it's just as good as, like, okay, maybe not just as good as Terminator, but it's like, it's about at the level of the first two Terminator movies. And I say that as somebody who has gone on record and said that the first two Terminator movies are two of my favorite movies ever made.
Ever.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, a movie as good as Titanic is one of my least favorite James Cameron movies.
I hate Titanic.
For a real reason or just because the fucking door?
I mean...
Oh, and yeah, and the lady dumping the thing in the water. I know, she fucked everyone. I know.
There's more. There's fucking more.
Yeah, again, I'm not that attached to Titanic. You don't have to sell me too hard on making fun of it.
Do I need more fucking Wuthering Heights ass? Let's romanticize a period in which we're all gonna be oppressed, except for a few rich white guys. Can we stop making like...
Well, to that movie's credit, they do go to a lot of effort to show you that, like, even the rich women are being treated like shit.
Well, yeah, but, like, then, like, everything's fine as long as she finds a hardworking, fucking coal-driving man. It's like a fucking Hallmark movie.
I actually disagree. I think the first two Terminator movies are about equal. They're very different kinds of movies. And I don't know what it is, but with the first Terminator movie specifically, every single time I watch it, I'm on the edge of my fucking seat, even though I've seen it like 15 times and I know every fucking frame of it. Like, when I'm watching that movie, I'm like this the entire fucking time, no matter how many times I watch it. And also, half of Terminator Dark Fate is good. So there are 2.5 Terminator movies. The other half of Terminator Dark Fate is the most generic legacy sequel you've ever watched.
Now, it seems like you should make an outrageous amount of memes about that and then post it like a degenerate. Maybe even 3 a day.
I would, if not for the fact that the half of it that isn't good isn't interesting enough to make memes of it. It's not terrible at all. It's just not that... It's whatever.
It's mid.
Yeah, like it. If the whole movie was like that, fuck if the whole movie, even the shittiest parts of Terminator Dark Fate wipe their fucking asses with Terminators 3, 4, and Genesis, okay? Or 3 Salvation and Genesis. Except for the ending. Terminator 3's ending is fucking great. Everything else sucks. Well, not everything else, but most of the movie sucks. The ending 5 minutes is fantastic, though. Salvation pretty much entirely sucks. It has like 1 or 2 flickerings of an interesting idea, but it mostly sucks. Genesis is legitimately one of the worst movies I've ever watched.
You call so many things the worst things you've ever watched.
Well, I do it usually as a joke. But when I say it about Terminator Genesis, I mean, like, if I had to make a bottom 20 movies I've ever watched, it's not going to be at number 1 on the list, but it's going to be in the top 10.
If you had to put one movie on repeat to torture a human being, what movie would it be?
Fuck, that's a hard question. What kind of torture? Like, what am I trying to get out of him?
You need them to completely admit the plans to something and they are refusing and you're trying to break them emotionally.
I'm assuming you meant Jupiter Ascending because Jupiter's Legacy was a middling quality Netflix show. Like, it was okay. I would have watched more of it, but when they canceled it, I was like, eh.
Jupiter's Legacy, I remember that because I was like, didn't they have a black Joker with dreads?
I don't remember, honestly.
Because there was in the realm of like 4 different fucking like gritty superhero things that just come out.
Yeah. So it's funny you say you love Tim Miller. I have a theory about why Terminator Dark Fate is like that. So it was the only one since T2 that had any involvement from James Cameron.
James Cameron.
Now, the bravest pioneer. Now, officially, his role in the movie, like credits wise, was like story consultant or whatever, but he was pretty heavily involved in crafting the story. And Tim Miller has been open about the fact, I believe his exact words were, they are still scrubbing blood off the walls from the creative battles we had.
Damn.
So I think that's what it was. I mean, obviously, it's really fucking easy to say this, and I might be completely wrong, but the good half of Terminator Dark Fate feels like James Cameron wrote it, whereas the not good half feels like a legacy sequel that Tim Miller was hired to make. But I mean, I've told you about the whole like a Terminator who grew a conscience, and like the fucking like the kind of the impact of John Connor's absence. Apparently, this is just kind of a funny line in it, but it's funny to hear confirmation of it. Apparently, Sarah Connor is so well known in universe that at some point they dedicated an entire episode of America's Most Wanted to her.
This isn't the exact same thing, but it makes me think of it for some reason. So I know how far behind you are in Star Trek in terms of chronological shit.
Yeah.
But in Starfleet Academy that had its finale the other week, in one of the mid episodes, I want to say it was episode 5. They bring up Cisco from DS9, which
that was the Black History one, right?
Yes. It's insane, but awesome that the entirety of his image has been removed from existence, and he has been turned into Space Muhammad. like you are not allowed to depict a fucking image of Benjamin Sisko.
You know, it's funny actually. Speaking of later Star Trek, the guy who will eventually play Neelix in Star Trek Voyager made his first ever Star Trek appearance as a different character in the episode of TNG I watched last night.
And you can always see him because his face is so fucking noticeable.
Yeah, because I was like, where do I recognize this guy from? Like the whole episode. I probably recognize him from something else as well. Yeah, you are right, Alex. The Terminator anime is better than it has any right to be, and then Netflix canceled it. It's probably better that it ended rather than keep going, because I liked its little self-contained story.
Well, okay. What about if you gave it Castlevania treatment?
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying season 2 was gonna be bad. I'm just saying that season 1 was such a good little self-contained story.
Well, no. Well, what I'm saying is you just give an offshoot of another self-contained story.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
Vibe, different story.
Yeah, it's... When did America's Most Wanted stop airing?
It's... I think it's weird that, Code Adams outlived America's Most Wanted.
True. It's still fucking going?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it ran on Fox from 88 to 2011, switched to Lifetime from 2011 to 12, and then Fox brought it back as of 5 years ago.
Oh, okay, so they had to bring it back. But, yeah, fucking...
But, yeah, there's this whole bit where they're in Terminator Dark Fate, where they're trying to figure, because a lot of it takes place in Mexico, they're trying to figure out how to get back to the U.S., and they're going to do, like, the Coyote thing.
Whoa. So they need to be shot down on the spot because they're illegals and they're trying to cross our border and break.
Well, the Terminator certainly wants to shoot them down on the spot. But when they suggest doing the Coyote thing, Sarah Connor's response is, you want to cross the Mexico border with an undocumented Mexican national and a woman who once got an entire episode of America's Most Wanted dedicated to her?
I mean, it's not that hard.
Well, they make it, so clearly it isn't that hard.
Listen, what, folks? All right, one of the most heinous things I've ever said is about to come out of my mouth.
Okay.
But but it's parody, so no one take me seriously for fuck's sake.
All
But
content is satire. All content is satire.
now, folks, remember, there is one appropriate time to do blackface. While not useful for mocking other races, when avoiding the authorities, you should instantly, just like take some brown, change up your race, and then no one will know who you are. Was it Rachel? Was that her name?
Rachel Dolezal? Oh my
Rachel
god, I haven't
Dolezal,
thought about her in
Rachel
so long.
Oh, that's all you need to do.
She has an OnlyFans now, dude. She
Why?
posts pictures of her asshole on OnlyFans now. It's awesome.
Wait, why do you say that? Like the OnlyFans is specifically for her asshole?
Well, I'm just saying that level of explicit. Because some OnlyFans accounts just post bikini photos.
That's just so specific, though.
Well, I don't know, man.
You're looking at Rachel Dolezal booty hole?
I'm not looking it up. I have unfortunately seen memes of it.
Of her butthole?
Well, like a meme where logically you can probably see her butthole, but over it they put like Principal Skinner's head saying like, no, it's the others who are wrong or whatever. I don't know.
What?
I don't know, man. I've seen, yeah, she's showing whole. You're right. She's posting whole, and you know what? I respect anyone who posts whole. You know what I fucking really love in Terminator Dark Fate though? Do you know Gabriel Luna, the actor?
I don't, but I'm sorry. I'm just still what?
I always move on from fucking crazy shit I say. I know.
Wait. So she goes, I'm gonna change my race because I'm an African American studies professor.
Yeah.
And then, because like assumably if you're a professor, you have like degrees and shit, and then she gets like the backlash.
Well, that's part of why it was so controversial, because people were like, well, she is qualified to speak on the subject academically.
Absolutely not.
But
absolutely not. But wait, so then after making herself black and doing this, she then decides, I want to make a life turnaround and just post pictures of my anus on the internet.
well, I mean, she posts pictures of her entire naked body. I'm saying that they are explicit enough that it's included. Also, she changed her name to this now.
I'm not calling her that.
Hang on.
Okay,
No.
I'm married. Diana.
No. Listen, I know. I understand how. I'm not calling her that.
Yeah, I'm not either. I just funny. She's like leaning harder into it.
Wait, hold on. Predominantly German, Czech, and what?
Where's it say that?
And Swedish. Oh, of course.
So, anyway, before I forget to talk about this because it's worth showing. So you know this actor, right, Gabriel Luna?
What do I know him from? I do. What do I know him from?
He plays Tommy on the Last of Us TV show.
Didn't see that much.
Did you see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. back in the day?
I skimmed it.
Did you see the Ghost Rider ones?
I think so.
He played Ghost Rider.
Okay.
He was supposed to get his own Ghost Rider show, but then they canceled the entire like initiative of horror-themed Marvel stuff, and his was one of the things on the chopping block, which is a shame because I liked his take on Ghost Rider. But he plays.
Who owns Spawn nowadays?
Doesn't Todd McFarlane still? Yeah, Todd McFarlane owns it.
True. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, it's okay. So, Gabriel Luna plays the Terminator in Dark Fate.
Okay.
He's called the Rev 9, I think.
Oh, so it's like a Revenant, except a Revan 9. I get it. It's instead of a Revan 8, Revan
No.
9.
No, actually, but maybe that was on purpose. But yeah, they did get Hellstrom out. They squeaked that one under the wire before they canceled all their horror projects. And Hellstrom was okay. Like, it was fine. I'm not that sad that it's gone. But... Anyway, so Gabriel Luna plays the Rev 9 Terminator. And I really like his take because he's the first one who really feels like the natural conclusion of the evolution of the Terminators.
In what sense?
Well, first of all, he's a cool mix of the T-800 and the 1000 because he has an endoskeleton with a liquid metal shape-shifting outer layer, which
Okay.
can then split off into a second body.
That's sick.
Like, obviously, neither is as strong without the other, but, like, if they need to have two guys fighting, they can split into two people.
Just start jumping you.
Yeah, but personality-wise, he is a really great evolution because Arnold, a T-800 Arnold Terminator, doesn't... So there's a great thing about Skynet, and I don't know if this was on purpose, but I have to assume it was because he's James Cameron and he raises the bar.
I'm going to ask you a really stupid question.
Yes.
What's the order?
Of what order? Like the order the Terminators go in?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's obviously others we don't see, but Arnold is a T-800. The one in T2 was the T-1000.
What's up with their naming process? I just don't understand how these names work.
They're just model numbers made by Skynet.
Then there's a T-100.
Well, yeah, like whatever the very original Skynet robot would have been is the T-100. I think that was in the video game, and it was like a simple one, like it was just one of the autonomous tanks or something.
Is that like 1.00?
Well, I mean, kind of, yeah. Yeah, in Terminator 3, he was the T-850 because he was like a slightly upgraded model, which is one of the many things that's stupid about that movie. They just wrote that in so they could write in a fucking plot twist later.
I really feel like a decimal point would have made so much sense here.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. So Arnold T-800 in the first movie, none of the Terminators ever blend in very well. That's the thing. Skynet is so powerful, and yet it can't actually get a Terminator to successfully blend in. Because the T-800 is robotic, shocker. He is immediately noticeable because it's like not just because he's the size of Arnold, because they make other models that aren't based on Arnold's likeness. But and yes, Salvation did have Sam Worthington as a Terminator. Don't remind me. So Arnold doesn't blend in not just because of his size, but because he doesn't act like a normal person at all.
Like, because he doesn't blend in general?
I mean, physically, he blends in well enough other than being really tall and muscular. But, like, the second you interact with him, you're like, who the fuck is this weirdo?
True, okay.
T-1000 can blend in the sense that he can act personable somewhat, but he's sadistic. Like, there's literally a bit in Terminator 2 where he compromises his own chance at success just to be a dick.
Why?
Why is he sadistic?
Yeah.
Programming error? I don't fucking know. Because Skynet can't accurately imitate a human being. But, like, there's a whole scene in that movie where rather than just shapeshift into Sarah Connor and call out to John, he stabs her in the shoulder and tries to make her call out to John. That's not a plot hole. That's intentional. He's being sadistic. He's trying to see if he can make it happen. He enjoys hurting people. He does that thing. Depending on your opinion, that's either a step up or a step down from Arnold's ability to blend in by talking like a robot. The Rev 9 in Terminator Dark Fate is the first time that a Terminator actually can blend in. Like, he's charming, he can act normal, he can come up with explanations for shit on the fly. Because at one point, when he's trying to capture them, when they're going through the border crossing, he turns into a border patrol agent because symbolism. Political commentary. And he's like chatting up the security guy, and he walks through the detector, and the metal detector, and it goes off, obviously. And the guy looks at him funny for a second, and rather than like run or kill the guy or whatever, he just goes, sorry, man, I was in Iraq, got a metal hip for my trouble. And then the guy's like, no worries, I was in Iraq too. Have fun, man. Like, he blends in like a normal person more effectively than any previous Terminator. Which is interesting because, unlike all the others, he was not made by Skynet.
Huh.
Because they confirm... Because T2 has that ambiguous ending, did they successfully prevent Judgment Day or not? The answer is they delayed it, but what did happen is that Skynet never comes to pass now. However, because humans are fucking stupid, a different evil AI that becomes self-aware, called Legion, takes over.
Is it inevitable? Time travel movies.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, Legion, I think, is the name of the new AI, and so that's why like it's called the Rev 9 and not the T whatever, because it's like a whole different AI with a whole different naming structure.
That makes sense. Okay.
Frankly, the fact that it's called a Terminator still is like enough of a logical leap, but because the franchise is called Terminator, like you just kind of gotta get on board with that.
Just deal with it.
Yeah, there is some really cool shit in Dark Fate. It's worth watching like once or twice. It's not necessarily worth buying on disc like T1 and 2 are, but
So, I have a question.
yes.
Have you been watching Invincible?
Yeah, of course.
What are your thoughts now that we're finally here at the Viltrumite War?
Well, I see why people bitch about the animation. I never really noticed it before, but yeah, it is kind of simplistic animation. Whatever, I can deal with that. I don't, because I've never read the comics, so I don't have like a point of comparison like you.
I think some people are kind of expecting more.
Well, some people always are.
I really liked the Invincible comic, and I think it was like part of its charm is its medium. And
Medium, what? Oh, like the medium of comics.
yes, because like you have a lot of expectations that come with that juxtaposition, like what a hero is, what a villain is, how people interact. And so I think if it fits in well to do,
We'll let you know if we're putting spoilers up, Alex. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you haven't yet. Don't worry. You're good.
Okay. I just think people are expecting with the show to pull out these like crazy fucking fights.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know how much you can get out of that.
Well, that's kind of Alan Moore. Like a lot of people think that Alan Moore hates fucking like movies or whatever. It's not that he hates Hollywood or any of that. It's that his opinion is I wrote this story to be a comic book. It works as a comic book. It should stay a comic book.
Translation over mediums often just results in it just can't be the same.
Before the discussion gets too far into Invincible, have I told you my tape of T2 starts with a message from President Bush Sr. saying the war on drugs is going well? Not saying don't do drugs, but a status update on the war.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean,
this
obviously,
folks, it's almost over. We did it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows about like the old arcade cabinets with the fucking DEA "winners don't do drugs" thing. I always forget that VHS tapes occasionally had trailers and messages and shit at the beginning.
I think
or at the end, for that matter.
I think it's interesting to note that arcade machines had "Don't Do Drugs," then had Tapper machines sponsored by Budweiser.
True. You don't know the store Game Underground, do you?
I don't think so. What do they do?
It's a local as into Massachusetts game store. I'm actually kind of not exactly friends, but like Facebook friends with the owner. I've spent probably thousands of dollars there over the years buying old games.
Oh yeah, that's your Lego place.
No, that's Boston Brick.
Okay.
Game Underground is it's similar, but for video games. You can buy new and used games. They got arcade machine. Well, now that they're in their big facility, now they have a full-on fucking arcade with basketball, and they do fucking card like Magic the Gathering, D&D tournaments there. You can pay a couple bucks to rent a game for an hour and try it out and see if you like it.
That's fun as fuck.
Yeah, I've been going there so long that when I first started going there, the closest thing to an arcade they had was like an air hockey table, and the rest was all game shelves. Now they have a full arcade because they've expanded.
Man, I miss playing D&D. My favorite DM moved across the country, and it's just not as fun online.
Yeah. Anyway, the reason I thought of Game Underground is because I follow him on Facebook. I see the stuff he posts for the store. And he got a hold of, I think, in a late 80s Ninja Turtles arcade cabinet. And, of course, people make bootlegs of those. And so in the little video he posted, like, all right, I'm going to turn it on to confirm that it's an authentic one. And when he turns it on and sees the "Winners Don't Do Drugs" DEA thing pop up, he goes, "Yep, that's authentic."
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs are bad.
I also respect that guy. I won't like get into his name or anything because I don't know if he wants to be associated with our degenerate show, but I like that guy because a guy like him could have very easily been like a fucking fat, sweaty nerd who hates anything new, but he doesn't. He like when that fucking Rise of the Ninja Turtles show on Nickelodeon came out and no one liked it. He was talking on Facebook about how he doesn't really like it, and he's like the biggest Ninja Turtles fan I've ever met. And one of the caveats he threw in was, to be clear, I'm not saying this because I'm an old man now. I loved the 2012 Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles cartoon. Which he was like 40 when that came out, so yeah.
I do think it's funny that even the old nerds who are on the good side have to be like, no, I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
This isn't that.
We've been with Game Underground through 3 or 4, depending on whether or not you count moving to a different part of the mall as a location change. Locations, and yeah, I've been with that store so long it was called Game Universe. The guy who owns it, he started off as an employee at Game Universe, and then he bought out when the old owner wanted to sell, he bought it out and made it his own. It's called Game Underground because its original location was an underground building, like little door down the staircase into the actual store.
Fucking hobbit hole.
Yeah, that store was like 5 minutes away from the house I grew up in, so I can't even imagine how much money and time I've spent at that store in my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's an awesome fucking store, despite the fact that it occasionally smells terrible because of its clientele, but that's not the owner's fault.
Remember, folks, it's okay to be nerdy. It's okay to be big. It's not okay to smell bad.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking hop up on my Vosh soapbox like I get accused of being, but part of the social contract is not smelling terrible. Now, obviously, there are like there's wiggle room. Like if you're at the gym, yeah, okay, there's not a reasonable expectation that you smell like roses, but like, sorry, if you're out in public at a fucking restaurant or on the train or whatever, you can't smell that bad.
Let me put it this way. I think this is the best way to put it. If you have money for any activity and you haven't spent money on hygiene, you have misallocated your funds and you should be treated accordingly.
There is the very occasional thing where somebody smells bad because of like a glandular issue or some kind of genetic thing, and that is like, I do sympathize. But you can kind of tell when somebody smells bad for just because they're disgusting, because the type of bad they smell is different.
Okay, I gotta be careful with how I say this, but I'll make sure I'm careful here. When I was in high school, there was this guy on a sports thing I was doing, and he smelled terrible. Like,
what kind of terrible?
A different kind of terrible.
No, but like what? Like, was it like smelled like shit? Smelled like sweat? Like
rotten fish?
Oh god, that is literally my least favorite smell in the entire world.
Yeah, no, it was like it wasn't. I mean, these are a bunch of athletes who all are just used to a bunch of other athletes smelling like BO because we're all working out and shit. He'd go into the weight room and we'd be like, "What?"
My roommate says I sometimes just smell like man. I mean, yeah, everyone does sometimes.
Yeah, no, and that's like, and I get that, but like this was different, and I don't know what that guy had to do to solve that problem. I tried to hang out with him and be nice, but like, oh my god,
I had a friend who struggled with that for a while just because of like severe depression, and like we were sympathetic, but we did eventually have to say like, dude, you smell so bad, my mom has her fucking bedroom door closed, like, and you're in the downstairs section of the house here, she's in the upstairs section of the house over here at the other end, and she has her door closed to not smell you, get a grip.
If like a homie is like not washing because depression, right? And I managed to get them out the house, I'm gonna put on a soundtrack full of Pharrell and like a bunch of fucking like George Michael and like the most upbeat, corny ass shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on the toilet and be like, "You get in that shower."
Yeah, well, one time when we were doing like the Comic-Con sleepover, I did tell everyone like, "All right, we get sweaty after Comic-Con, so everyone take a shower." And that wasn't entirely for that one person, but it was definitely like they were part of it.
Nah, any motherfuckers who go to conventions and don't wash, I actually have disdain for you because you're making experiences worse for other people. And like we paid to do this, and like we like take time out of our lives. Like fuck you, dude. Come on.
One of my favorite YouTubers has this like probably not even ironic at this point, seething passionate hatred for furries. And but there's a reason. I'm almost certain it's rooted in a particular fucking event.
Do you want to know why I support furries?
Why?
No, this is gonna sound crazy, but I need you to hear me out. Furries care about a thing.
Yeah.
And they financially support the thing and the community that they care about. And the community grows and prospers as a result. And people who aren't in it are like, how is this working? And it's like, well, people care about a thing and they're actually devoting themselves to this thing. And I think it's dedication. And if more people had dedication the furries had to anything, the world would be a better or at least more interesting place.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's a particular reason this guy doesn't like furries, and it's because it's what one particular furry did to him.
Show me on the doll.
So he went to an anime convention with, I guess, his then girlfriend.
Love it.
And like, fine, whatever. Like he's not big into that shit, but it's like, yeah, I'll go. And so at one point he was sitting on a bench because like it was between events, and a furry came down and sat on the other end of the bench, and he's like, cool, whatever. And then the guy, he always uses the phrase uncorked himself, meaning took the head off.
Okay.
And he described the smell as it smelled like somebody spilled expensive Gruyere and then tried to clean it up with vinegar. Like, it was just the worst thing he has ever smelled in his entire fucking life, and it traumatized him.
But, like, that's inside the suit.
Yeah, I know, but it just, like, it horrified him, like, dear Jesus, this guy smells like that.
Do you fucking hate mascots, too? Like,
I mean, he probably does, honestly, at this point, because that memory traumatized him so much.
See, my school mascot didn't have like a mascot head type shit.
Yeah.
It was just like a guy.
I'm not sure mine even had a fucking mascot. Like, we had the mascot on, like, our stuff, like our logo and everything, but...
Like you didn't have someone going around hyping up the students? Rah, rah, shish, boom, bah.
We had cheerleaders, but I don't remember if we did have a mascot? What was it? Because maybe I just didn't go to enough events, but I went to enough that I should have seen
I'm loving this. Like, Larry, we did indeed have a mascot.
Well, I went to, like, a number of sporting events because I was in the film program, and you have to shoot a certain number of events per semester, so I wound up shooting a lot of, like, baseball and basketball games. And I guess I just never happened to be at one that was big enough to demand the mascot show up. We had someone in an eagle suit, but our mascot was not called the Eagle. Did he even have a name? I don't fucking remember, like, who that was or anyone talking about him. I know our college, Nick and I's college had a mascot, but I literally didn't go to a single sporting event in my entire 4 years there. I want you to guess, since you don't know, I want you to guess the name of the mascot, keeping in mind that our team was called the Flyers. God damn it. I knew, I might have known this at some point.
A pelican.
It wasn't a bird thing. It had like a name, didn't it? Like Freddy the Flyer or something? It wasn't. It's been 11 fucking years since I set foot in that building, so I don't fucking remember. But actually, that's not technically true. I went to the 20th anniversary Flyer News party in 2017, so it's been 9 years since I set foot in that building.
The Flyers is such a stupid fucking mascot.
Yeah, it is a funny coincidence that I went from a high school with the mascot, the Flyers, to a college with the mascot, the Falcon, or the Falcons, rather.
Yeah.
Not a person's name, like the blank thing. It wasn't it wasn't the Flyer. I don't. Just tell me what it is. I'm not going to get it.
The liftoff.
It was something weird. I don't know. It's funny to think that there was indeed an actual person in there, and he was probably one of the students, and I don't even... The Fleagle! Oh my fucking god, I remember that!
No,
Fleagle! As opposed to all the eagles that don't fly. I forgot that was the mascot's name. I thought that was like a nickname someone gave it that stuck.
Okay, so somehow... This is relevant. My VeggieTales education.
Oh god, fucking VeggieTales.
I was taught as a kid about this. So Bob the tomato.
And Larry the cucumber.
Bob once went out to fight crime, and his name while he was fighting crime was the Red Tomato. And someone was like, "That's redundant." He's like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "That's redundant, your name." He's like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Yeah, see, you're called the Red Tomato, but aren't all tomatoes red? It's kind of just redundant."
I actually think they do make tomatoes that aren't red in like some limited contexts.
Yes, they do. There's their own tomatoes that aren't red. It's fine. But that's not the point here.
Technically speaking, Ted does not go to our high school. He goes to John Hancock High, which is not what ours was called.
Wait, like the bear?
Yeah, in the Ted show, basically just because they needed a Boston suburb, takes place in Framingham, Massachusetts.
That's fucking great.
Now, it usually doesn't look very much like Framingham, but what are you going to do? They picked a name out of a hat.
I really think that Ted is just the perfect mascot.
He really is, man. He really is. Wasn't their mascot just a guy with a knife? That was Stabby. He was supposed to be a pirate.
Every time I watch Ted, I am just reminded the Family Guy was once funny.
Yeah, it really is like... Well, you know, there's the fucking Stewie spinoff coming, which is weird because the whole fucking show's already about Stewie. But Seth MacFarlane is, like, at least nominally involved. It's unclear to what extent. So maybe it'll be a Steven Hillenburg situation where since he's back, it's suddenly funny again.
I don't want anything animated from Seth MacFarlane. I just don't.
They are making an animated Ted, actually. Like, I think it comes out this year.
I guarantee you it's gonna be dog water, bro.
Maybe. I mean, this one follows up after Ted 2. It's not a prequel like the live action series, so...
No, like the fucking give me Scott and give me fucking Seth. Put them in a room, and they're not allowed to animate things. They can do whatever they want, but they can't animate anything, and it's gonna be fine.
It really is funny that Seth MacFarlane very obviously wishes he could spend all of his time making the Orville and recording Sinatra songs, but unfortunately, he is quite literally a victim of his own success because that's what he wants to do, but they pay him so much fucking money that he's forced to schlep his ass into the recording booth like once a month and say lines he didn't write.
Do you think his plan is a long plan to use Scott Grimes?
To do what?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Seth MacFarlane has tried putting his singing out there, and no one ever bites.
I actually own one of his CDs because he's good.
Well, yeah, you're one of those. It didn't get enough appeal that people were like, "Oh, this is great."
I mean, he still makes them, so clearly it got enough attention.
He makes them as passion projects. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a bit of a loss on there.
But do you want to know who makes songs and everyone wants more?
Scott Grimes.
Stephen Anita Smith.
My body is telling me yes.
I cannot actually explain to you how quickly I would buy an album of Steve Smith songs. And like they could just be covers. My body all over your body. Just Scott Grimes having a fucking field day singing a bunch of D'Angelo.
If I had Seth MacFarlane money, no one would ever force me to do anything. We're into a situation where I wasn't just doing whatever I wanted.
But I think Seth wants people to want him to sing.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
in his case, it's not that he's being literally forced to make Family Guy. It's that they offer him so much fucking money that he just simply can't turn it down.
I mean, I think it's ego.
And that's probably part of it, too.
Like he's got to stay relevant. He wants to be famous. He just wants to be famous for something else.
Yeah, like I said, he wants to be famous for doing the Orville and writing Sinatra songs.
The Orville is great because he tried to get an actual Star Trek show and they wouldn't give it to him.
True.
And so he was like, "Oh, okay, that's very fair."
If I had Seth MacFarlane money already in my bank, I could say no to any high amount of money. Yeah, but keep in mind, they're giving him literally like 15 to 20 million a year for what must be very little work on his part. So I get why he does it. It's just, oh
It has to be
man.
more than money. It has to be a legacy thing.
I'm sure, yeah, I mean, I'm sure part of it is that he would rather other people not voice the characters he created, but he's certainly happy to have other people write the characters he created. And maybe he just has fun doing funny voices. I don't know, probably.
Yeah, maybe he just wants the right to keep doing them because, like, I mean, okay, didn't have those voices just start off as shit in his head?
Probably, yeah.
It would be so weird to me if, like, I don't know, like one of my inner voices that I sometimes do for a show is now just done weirdly by another guy. I don't know. It's like that's
I like how the Orville started as funny Star Trek, and halfway through season 1, it just became Star Trek. I don't even think it took till halfway. It was only the first like 4 or 5 episodes that felt comedic in tone.
I'm not gonna lie. I when I was watching the first episode, I was like, "What's your end game with this?" But I think that the fact that he had so many actual Star Trek actors in the first episode was the key off.
Yeah, he's got Sisko's fucking wife as one of the main characters.
I'm pretty sure the Doctor's like an admiral or some shit, isn't he?
Wait, who?
Robert Picardo?
Yeah, he made a cameo in there somewhere.
Yeah, he's like high up in the government. Like,
Yeah, my mom and my grandma actually watched the Orville pretty recently, so I would like walk by while they were watching it and catch glimpses, and I think I saw Robert Picardo in there.
yeah, I mean, you have enough that it was definitely like, what the fuck are you guys doing? This is great.
The TED Show had had 2 cameos, in fact, from Tim Russ.
I was so fucking happy to see Brennan Lee Mulligan have an episode.
Remind me who that is.
He's Chris, the D&D.
Oh yeah, the guy who like killed his dad or whatever.
Yes.
I mean, not really, but like there was the joke about like I've never seen his parents move.
Yeah. Brennan Lee Mulligan. So he is from Dropout.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
He's the guy who should be way more famous than the asshole from Critical Role, but everyone just hypes up Critical Role, even though Brennan's better.
Yeah, I was wondering why I recognized this guy because I didn't watch like a ton of College Humor or Dropout stuff, but like I've seen enough of it that I recognize him.
Yeah, his 2 things are, one, if you ever see any of the game shows.
Yeah, I've seen
who
those.
always wins, and like they like just fuck the rules to try to make him not be able to win because he's like obsessively compulsive and like has 2 encyclopedias worth of knowledge.
Yeah. And his mom lives upstairs holding a yellow newspaper.
Listen, no, I like this guy because almost every time he does a campaign with people, he just sneaks in politics at some point.
You know what's funny? You know what the first thing I ever saw Tim Russ in was? Because it was not Star Trek.
What is it?
He was the principal on iCarly for some reason.
How do you remember? Okay.
Well, he was in like every third episode. I saw a lot of him.
Every third. I don't remember the principal from iCarly at all.
Well, I mean, he wasn't in every episode, but he was in probably more episodes than not.
I have no memory of this character whatsoever.
Well, he wasn't much of a character. He was the principal when they needed a stock character for the principal. And he had like occasional funny bits here and there.
Huh.
Yeah, he was memorable enough that I remember his face. And Tim Russ has a somewhat distinctive face too, so.
Yeah, I've got the memory of a fucking goldfish for some of these shows, man.
The not the principal, but the one teacher lady who was also in like a sizable chunk of that show's episodes was Frau Farbissina from Austin Powers, and her I did recognize as a child.
That I also was like,
And in the clone!
the clone! Oh, I fucking.
Well, because I saw those movies as a kid, so then when I'm watching iCarly, I'm like, is that fucking Frau Farbissina?
Every time I see Beyonce, I still think of Foxy Cleopatra.
So do I. Dude, you want to hear it's not much of a story, but it's just a funny anecdote. I once in high school, someone was talking about Beyonce, or like someone said, I forget if they were talking about Beyonce or Austin Powers, but one of the two. And I think the third Austin Powers, and I said, being the little teenage edgelord that I was, I said, oh yeah, back when Beyonce wasn't ashamed of being black. And a white girl got so fucking mad at me. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Why'd you put a firecracker in the beehive?
She was the whitest cracker on earth, this girl.
No, not the beehive,
fucking
right
mad.
there, bro. You don't fuck with the beehive.
No, I know, but it's like she was so fucking mad at me. It was so funny.
Now, Larry, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, but I just have to say this: Beyonce's album. Beyonce deserved album of the year. I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm sorry. Had to be said. Beyonce deserved album of the year.
And by the way, in my defense, at the time I said this, it was before Beyonce really started reclaiming her black heritage. And at the time I said this, as pointed out by my history teacher that year, you could literally track her lightening skin tone via magazine covers. Like every fucking year, it was a little bit lighter than the year before.
Remember, folks, apparently record producers are allowed to make you appeal to the status of whiteness. And if you don't go and do a giant thing about it, you're
okay,
not
but
black.
I was fucking 15 years old. I didn't understand that part.
No, I'm not lecturing 15-year-old you. You're fine.
And I agree. Yeah, we're not defending billionaires here.
It's impossible to make $1 billion and be ethical at the same time. It is just financially not doable.
Unless it's the ultra specific case where you inherit $1 billion and you have that like 5 minutes between inheriting it and donating it. I'm not going to call you an asshole because for 5 minutes you were a billionaire.
That is true. There were 5 minutes. I mean, you could also donate a reasonable amount, but
Yeah, exactly. Like enough to not be a billionaire anymore is what I mean. It's before I get to this, if Beyonce won Album of the Year at the Grammys, it should have been for Lemonade or Renaissance over Cowboy Carter. I never even listened to any of that.
No,
Yeah,
you're
George-
absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right.
George Lucas is the one billionaire I won't guillotine. One, because his neck wouldn't fit in the normal size guillotine. And two, because he's made it clear that pretty much the second he dies, all of his money is going into charity. And the only reason it isn't there already is because he's like basically letting it accrue interest.
That's how much he has. I didn't realize he was that high.
Wait, what'd you say?
How much is his net worth? I didn't realize he was a billionaire.
Yeah, as of the Disney sale or the Lucasfilm sale to Disney. me
No,
look it up.
and there it is. No, there it is, bro. Like,
his net worth is roughly $5 billion.
so you took your cultural icon, which people like to use as mouthpieces for things, and gave it to the giant corporate entity, which knowingly subverts itself to other countries' censorship.
Hey, he wanted out of fucking making Star Wars, and can you blame him?
Yeah, I know.
Also, I give him a lot of credit for the fact that during COVID, he opened Skywalker Ranch up to the homeless people. Like, he just built a bunch of temporary shelters and housed them.
True.
That's cool.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, I mean, Dr. Dre hasn't done anything heinous, but he hasn't done anything great either.
Well, he did some pretty heinous stuff before he was a billionaire.
Did he?
He beat the shit out of his girlfriend at least once that I'm aware of.
How do you know that? That's such a weird thing to know.
I know it because I saw the Straight Outta Compton movie, which as a movie is pretty good, but it leaves out some pretty key pieces of the story. And one of those key pieces is Dr. Dre's domestic abuse habits.
It's good for highlighting Ice Cube's part of it.
No, yeah. It again, as a movie, it's good. Dr. Dre hasn't done anything heinous, bro. Tell that to D. Barnes. I'm assuming D. Barnes is the woman he beat the shit out of, but I don't know the story well enough to know for sure.
I didn't think. Okay, I stand corrected. Gee,
Also, this isn't so much Dre's fault as it is the movie's, but they literally cut an entire founding member of NWA out of the movie for time.
Yeah.
But, like, he's still on the album cover when they show it.
I don't think about that part.
Again, as a movie, it's well made.
It gets across a lot of parts that are nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of biopics like that aren't very accurate but are still good movies. I mean, hell, Lawrence of Arabia isn't entirely historically accurate, but it's a good movie.
Oh, it's mostly not historically accurate, but that's fine.
That's what Eminem references on Guilty Conscience when he says you're going to take advice from someone who slapped D. Barnes. Yeah.
I love so much how you need to explain this in a way I get you. I appreciate you very much. Oh, what's the matter? Didn't think I remember.
It's pretty funny that before he gained weight, Ice Cube's son looked so fucking much like his dad that they just cast him as Ice Cube.
I mean, O'Shea Jackson Jr. for a reason.
Yeah. Bohemian Rhapsody, again, as a movie, it's fine. It fucks up a lot of the details. Though you are correct that it is just Walk Hard with no jokes.
Fucking fair. How do you feel about is it called The Room? The Motley Crue one?
Oh, The Dirt.
Yeah.
I mean, that one doesn't get every detail right, like it compresses timelines and shit, but all the insane shit, I mean, I don't know how real it is, but it's all from the book.
It's interesting because it's maybe the only time you see half decent acting from Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, I forgot he was in that. I think they did put Arabian Prince on the cover because I remember IMDb pointing out that they cut him out of the movie's scenes and stories, but the cover still has a sixth member on it. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie since it was in theaters, so I might be remembering it wrong.
What other good ones are there?
It really is true that Walk Hard basically fucking ruined the music biopic.
Why?
Because it pointed out that pointed out very effectively, I should say, that every music biopic has basically the exact same plot. Rocket Man, see, that's the thing. Rocket Man does something experimental with the genre, and that's why it's good. And that's also why half of Bohemian Rhapsody is good, because half of it was directed by the same director as Rocket Man.
Why do I feel like there's a one I'm just forgetting?
Which one is Love and Mercy? Oh, I remember this movie. Yeah, this movie, Love and Mercy, it is good. Though that's less of a music biopic, and it's more of a story about how fucked up Brian Wilson is. Like, that's not really about the story of the Beach Boys. That's about him being sick. But yeah, that is a good movie.
Well, what about Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping?
Well, that's a parody, but that movie is also good. I need to watch that again. Yeah, a lot of Walk Hard. So Walk Hard is a parody of biopics in general, but the two it's mostly based on are Walk the Line and Ray. So a lot of the shit from Walk Hard is from Walk the Line.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, exactly. It's about him writing Pet Sounds. It's not about the band forming and their rise and fall and rebirth. It's about Brian Wilson and what he's up to. Like, I'm not saying it's not a music biopic. I'm saying it's a different kind of music biopic. That's not a biopic technically because Llewyn Davis is not a real person, but Inside Llewyn Davis is one of my favorite movies. So, yes. Though Llewyn Davis is loosely based on a few different real folk musicians, but the character himself is fictional. Yeah, I forgot about Love and Mercy, man. That's a good one.
I mean, you could argue. So I got to go back and rewatch it. Things about Amadeus.
Yeah, true. Though that's
I
not
know.
what people think of when they think of a music biopic, but you're technically right. It is.
Yeah, well, okay, hold on. What about fucking 8 Mile?
Well, that's another one where there's a veneer of fictionality over it.
Yes.
Like, it's not purporting to be based on the true story of Eminem, though it is in part.
Oh, yeah, no, true. B-Rabbit is a whole nother person. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
right.
like, I'm talking about movies that say, like, based on the unbelievable true story, and what they mean by that is inspired by the true story, but changed wherever we feel like it.
Well, isn't that what based on means?
Well, it depends. You'll notice some movies that are basically ones that are deemed different enough that there's a legal issue potentially at play. You'll notice some say inspired by the true story.
See, when I hear inspired by, I think of homages.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When you see inspired by a true story, that kind of implies that the movie isn't really trying to be accurate and it's just like the same type of story.
True.
Whereas based on a true story carries with it the implication that they are accurately reflecting events. And by and large, they do, but they have to make tweaks. I did not mention The Doors because I actually have not seen The Doors. I know it's good, and I need to.
I have not seen that either, but
I fucking hate Oliver Stone for unrelated reasons, so I'm often reluctant to watch his movies, even though he's a good director.
I'm just reluctant to watch shit with Jim Morrison because I'm tired of boomers hyping him up because he's a poet who you put a bass line behind, but not here nor there.
I was talking, so do you know about Gigi Allen?
I don't think so.
We can go on a Gigi Allen rabbit hole a little. I was telling my dad about him, about how his ridiculous. Yeah, I know. I was telling my dad about Gigi Allen's antics, and he goes, "Oh, so he's like Jim Morrison because Jim Morrison infamously whipped out his dick at a live event, and it fucked everything up." And I said, "No, Gigi Allen makes Jim Morrison look like an elementary school teacher."
So he's like Ozzy Osbourne?
No, he makes Ozzy Osbourne look like an elementary school teacher. He makes, dude, you have no fucking idea what Gigi Allen was about. Here, I'll pull it up. Well, I already have it pulled up, but I'll put it on screen. Gigi Allen was an American punk rock musician who performed and recorded with many groups during his career. That's because he kept getting kicked out. His live performances often featured transgressive acts, including self-mutilation, defecating on stage, and assaulting audience members, for which he was arrested and imprisoned on multiple occasions. He died of an overdose at age 36. Yeah, he repeatedly, depending on your opinion, promised/threatened to kill himself on stage during a concert.
He's a human performing a one-man showing of Hostel.
Oh, he's out of it. Well, I mean, I'll get into his childhood here. His legal name at birth was Jesus Christ Allen. The nickname Gigi came from his brother as a little kid being unable to pronounce Jesus and calling him Gigi, as you can see there. His father, lived in a log cabin with no running water or electricity. His father was an abusive religious fanatic who threatened his family with death, digging graves in their cellar and threatening to fill them in the near future. In his essay titled The First 10 Years, Allen wrote that Merle Sr., his father, wanted to kill his family in a murder-suicide. He despised pleasure and allowed his family very little contact with others.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so fucking wild. You're like, my name's Merle. And then you have a son, and you're like, this is Merle Jr., and now I'm Merle Sr. Then you have another son, right? This is Jesus Christ.
Yeah. They lived a primitive existence and were more like prisoners than a family. Alan also stated that his mother attempted to escape before filing for divorce, but Merle Sr. thwarted the attempt by kidnapping Alan. Alan said he was glad to experience such an upbringing and that it made him a warrior soul at an early age.
Trauma victim.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's a big part of why he was fucking insane. But yeah, he was one of those dudes who would just do any drug you handed him. Like, he'd find a pill on the ground and just take it and then go, wonder what I just took. Part of why he looked like this, like why he had all these tattoos and shit, is because something he'd do sometimes is bring a tattoo gun on stage and invite audience members to come up and tattoo just whatever they wanted on him. So like that's like he has the middle finger. He'll just have like the word cunt just like randomly tattooed on his fucking back or shoulder or whatever. He'd cut himself, like he'd fucking like purposefully mutilate himself on stage. As it mentions, a famous one was shitting on stage. In fact, somewhere in here they talk about the first time he shat. Yeah, here it is. Alan first. I like that they say first defecated on stage because he did it so often. We have to talk about which one was the first. In 1985, at a show at the Creve Cuillere, I probably butchered that, Illinois VFW building near Peoria. According to fellow performer Bloody Mess, I was with him when he bought the X-Lax. Unfortunately, he ate it hours before the show, so he had to constantly hold it in or he would have shit before he got on stage. After he shit on stage, complete chaos broke out in the hall. All the old men in charge of the hall went fucking nuts. Hundreds of confused punk kids were flipping out, running out the door because the smell was incredible. He also weirdly was like one of the biggest fans ever of Hank Williams.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, he had despite being famous for his punk shit, he actually did a wide variety of music. He did spoken word, he did country. Another attraction to Alan performances was continual threats of suicide. He wrote to Maximum Rock and Roll, which I assume is a magazine, stating that he would commit suicide on stage on Halloween 1989. However, he was in jail when the day came. He continued his threat each following year, but ended up imprisoned each following Halloween. When asked why he didn't follow through with his threats, he stated, "With Gigi, you don't get what you expect, you get what you deserve." He also stated that suicide should only be done when one had reached one's peak, meeting the afterlife at one's strongest point and not at one's weakest. Yeah, he was a fucking insane person. There's multiple entire documentaries about him and his family.
This would be great if it was a character in a fucking film, but this is a real human being, and what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, there's this documentary, and then there's another called The Allens that's more about his whole family rather than just him. Todd Phillips directed Hated? Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. What the fuck is that one again? Oh, yeah. Physical assault both on and by Alan.
Wait, what was that word?
Eating shit, coprophagia.
Oh, I saw a fly. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's because flies eat shit.
Flies do be eating shit.
Yeah. I also eat shit, but only when I fall on the ice.
That's not good. Why?
Oh my! He lived long enough to see this. That's nuts.
Huh. He interrupted his own screening. That's fine.
Yeah, he threw multiple beer bottles at the screen and then had to run out. I guess he liked the way the movie portrayed him, despite not getting to see the entire movie. I didn't realize that. I thought he died too early to have seen the documentary about him.
Who do you want to play you in the documentary?
Cunt-sucking cannibal. Suck my ass, it smells.
We don't gotta read them. We don't gotta.
I know, I just love young little meat. That's kind of gross.
We don't gotta do it. Don't do it out loud.
Well, I didn't read all of them out loud.
They hurt your ears, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, this dude's fucking insane. Like, he fascinates me in, like, a really dark way that I don't like.
I mean, it would be fun if he was a character, but he's a person. That's
Yeah,
sad.
it's... I always say that about Trump. If Trump were, like, a character in a TV show, he'd be the breakout character.
I don't know, man. If Trump were a character in a TV show, I'd say that shit was heavy-handed.
Well, that too, but, you know... Being heavy-handed doesn't necessarily mean bad. I mean, fucking Sorry to Bother You is really heavy-handed, and I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
Have you seen I'm a Virgo, the miniseries he did?
No.
That's even better.
Have you seen They Clone Tyrone?
No, you told me to watch that, so I put it on my list. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Bro, They Clone Tyrone.
The story of the band Mayhem is one of the more insane ones for a musician or band as influential as they are. Well, that's Motley Crue. We were talking about The Dirt earlier. So the movie adaptation of The Dirt does like tweak and compress events because all biopics do. But the crazy antics described or depicted in that movie were described in the book. So unless you doubt the book, those are real. Like Ozzy fucking snorting a line of live ants by the hotel pool, that really happened.
Well, I mean, apparently Ozzy snorted fucking like ashes and shit.
Yeah, he did. But if you didn't have any coke and he was in the mood to do coke, he would snort anything you put in front of him. One of the craziest scenes in that movie when Nikki almost fucking ODs on heroin, that's real.
Yo, punk rockers need to go back to wearing skirts.
Oh shit. No, you don't understand. Mayhem literally had one member murder another and they were going to bomb a church. All right, let's find
What?
out. Okay.
What? Put that on screen right now. What?
Mayhem literally had one member murder another and they were going to bomb a church.
Oh no, the thing you're typing, because I gotta see what we're dealing with. This is insane. I've never heard of this.
Oh, Mayhem here.
Norwegian?
Yeah, Norwegia produces a lot of black metal.
Wait, one member killed himself, and then another member killed another member.
Yeah, so they're down 3 guys.
2 guys. Well, 2 guys and one's in jail. But
Oh yeah, I assumed that it was a murder-suicide.
yeah, no. That's
Either
not-
way, he's not there, so they're down.
Lil Wayne put out an album from jail.
Yeah, but wasn't he in jail for something comparatively fucking
Yeah.
milquetoast? I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was. Wasn't it just drugs or something?
I think it was a weed charge, I think.
Yeah, it's always that with fucking rappers. It's always, oh no, we found a single fucking weed seed in the rug of your car.
Well, I mean, sometimes it is a bunch of federal agents coming to search you on a plane with a bunch of buddies and you have a fuck ton of pills, and for some reason you think the best idea is for you to take all the drugs yourself and you end up killing yourself, but that's just Juice WRLD.
Yeah, and sometimes the cops
R.I.P.,
raid,
but they're not done that.
yeah, and sometimes the cops raid your house for no reason and break a bunch of your shit, and they get caught on camera because you have a security system, and then you launch a half-decade plus long war against them in the PR campaign world, and it's really fucking funny every time.
When that happens, would that often include a sheriff wanting to indulge himself in a delicious piece of lemon pound cake?
That was the funniest fucking part because I simultaneously looked down on and related to that fucking cop.
Dude, he wanted that cake. I
mean, to be fair, that cake did look good. I get why he was tempted.
Dude, that's Mama's lemon pound. Tastes so nice.
I mean, like I said, I relate. I feel it deep in my soul, no matter how much I don't want to.
Dog, I remember when he made these songs. I was like, oh, this is fun. And then, like I'm glad you were able to do this, Afro, man. And he's like, oh no, I'm going after him in court too. It's like, okay, good for you. And it's like, oh yeah, I won in court, and I'm still making songs. Oh, good for you, Afro, man. I'm really glad you're taking this in the best way.
You know
And
what's
they're
really
doing
funny?
now.
There's only one song of his I actually know every lyric to, and it's not the one you think.
Oh fuck! What's the other one? Fuck.
It's his second most famous.
Yeah, I know. I know. The fuck is the name of it?
I think this is well. It gets called various names. It has a name that it's actually called, and it has others people mistakenly call it.
What do people mistakenly call it?
After other lyrics in the song.
What the fuck is that?
Like, it's a drink. It's also something else, but it's a drink.
I give up. What is it?
Colt 45.
Oh, I'm fucking an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, but other people call that like 2 zigzags or fucking like. I've heard other people call. It's like how everyone thinks Baba O'Reilly is called Teenage Wasteland, and it's not. Colt 45, 2 zigzags, baby, that's all we need. We can go to the park after dark, smoke that tumbleweed.
Of the marijuana bar, we can
take our turn singing them dirty rap songs. Stopping at the bong like Cheech and Chong. Sell tapes from here to Hong Kong.
It's funny as fuck. Yeah. And this guy succeeded in absolutely destroying a police department. It's great. It's fucking great.
Yeah. Mayhem's music is great, but they're also all a bunch of racists. The Murderer, who's much better known for his solo music, is one of the most infamous white supremacists in heavy metal. It's really funny that metal has so many white supremacists, since it wouldn't fucking exist without black people.
I mean, is it really that surprising? They like to take things.
It's not surprising, it's just amusing.
Well, okay.
It's darkly amusing, I should say.
Well, let's look at it this way. Who did the I forget the MAGA name, but the halftime show?
The real halftime show or the MAGA one?
The like not real one. The like MAGA one. Who did the MAGA one?
Kid Rock. And also that other fucking guy whose name I forget.
And what genre of music does Kid Rock do?
Well, he says rap, but not really.
Well, he says rap. He does shitty rap music and he does shitty rock music.
Yeah.
Both of those are by black people too.
Yeah, so, there is an entire MAGA rap movement, which that's cynical because they're so obviously there for the grift, but there are there are people who authentically enjoy making heavy metal music who are white supremacists, which is so fucking strange. Afroman 2028, didn't he do something fucked up? Like, I'm not like knocking his accomplishments, but like, wasn't he like fucking homophobic or something?
How bad we talking?
I heard someone call him transphobic. I'm not sure if they were just referencing a single lyric or if he like actually said something.
Yeah, I mean, I need some concrete reason to not vote for this man.
I love how white supremacists are the only supremacist group who hate the group they claim are the best. Fucking true, man. Yeah, Kid Rock, his early music is very squarely hip-hop. That is true. I like that he still calls himself Kid Rock, even though he's like 60 now.
I mean, some rappers change them, some don't. I would argue it didn't help when Little Romeo changed to Romeo. It didn't help.
Do you remember that time, that like brief period for a few months in 2018 where everyone for some reason thought Kid Rock was going to run for Senate?
Okay, I remember a very specific rumor, and this is so funny because this didn't happen, but it was so believable that I thought it did happen for a while. That there's a Kid Rock concert in the Market Basket in like one of the towns around.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
There were heinous things about Kid Rock just going around forever.
So Kid Rock's real name is Robert Ritchie, and that's not doxing. Everyone knows that. So when he was running for Senate, my friends and I were talking about it, and I said, now here's the question. If he wins, will he go by Senator Ritchie, or will he go by Senator Rock? And also, so I said that. I don't remember if this was all the same fucking day, but we were talking about it at some point, and one of my friends, I think it was Zoe Bowie, in fact, we were talking about it, and she just goes, think about it. Imagine his political career takes off, and he's a big success. we might one day have a president who wrote the immortal words, bow with the wow, wa bang bang, batiki tiki.
Nah, dude, we need a man.
Artwork for Kid Rock's first album. Oh boy.
Young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory.
Yeah, I forgot about this cover art.
Cool, daddy, cool.
Thanks, Wikipedia. Dickhead.
What?
Oh, whenever I try to open the image in new tab, they always make it tiny.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, he really was like this looks like some fucking do the right thing shit here. Also, did he draw it himself? It looks shitty enough for him to have drawn it himself.
Now, I just want.
Also, Alex, that doesn't mean anything. Literally anybody is more electable than JD Vance.
See, here's the fucked up part, though. We don't gotta elect Vance. He's the vice president.
Yeah, he's gonna be the next president sooner or
We
later.
don't gotta elect JD Vance. That's
Probably by
what-
the end of the year, if we're being real.
So, Kid Rock's dad owned a fucking car dealership.
Yeah, he grew up in like a 5-car garage house with like a pool and shit. Like,
Meanwhile, his album is this.
yeah, like I grew up closer to the fucking ghetto than he did.
Okay, can I point out something that's like kind of weird?
What?
Why did they make sure to draw him with a cock bulge?
Like I said, I feel like he might have drawn this himself.
Like, this is weird. His shoes piss me off the way that he has that logo on the side.
They're just drawn badly. You remember you played Lego Batman, right? The original?
Yeah.
Remember the fucking Robin suit that's the magnet thing where it's got like the big magnets on the feet?
Yes.
That's what this fucking shoes look like here.
Fucking yeah, dude.
Someone else drew the cover. That's even sadder, dude. He signed off on this, man. He fucking agreed to pay whoever drew this.
Wait. Is his haircut a white version of fucking Kid from House Party?
It kind of looks to me like a white version of Vanilla Ice's haircut, and yes, I said it that way on purpose. Vanilla, no.
Listen, because Vanilla Ice is still in the ice cream machine, okay?
Or the artist who drew it hated him. He signed off on it. If he'd drawn it himself, that at least makes sense. Nah, he looked at this bullshit and he fucking signed off on it.
He saw this and was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
that's oh, the fucking paper bag with the presumably Colt 45 in there.
I mean, I don't know if I should have to explain that either this should be called soul food or he should use the window space for something important because I can barely read Kid Rock on the top.
Yeah, they really fucked up the color. Now, granted, maybe on other like copies of the image it's saturated differently.
Sure, but like you have the window fucking right there. I'm just, oh my god.
Yeah, like here's another version of it where it's easier to see.
But still, what the fuck is the window for? You have text already there. It already says grits and sandwiches for breakfast. So why not then just put the fucking Kid Rock above it? Who decides these?
He needs the giant ass soul food sign so that white people who are terrified of black people and yet desperately want to be friends with them can see that and go, ah, yes, authentic black thing.
I hate it here. I hate it.
It's literally who the audience is for this music. It's white, suburban white teenagers who want to be friends with black people and yet are also pants-shitting terrified of them.
See, okay, you're not wrong, but I'm gonna give you two music groups that have the same fan base and are infinitely so much better. The Beastie Boys.
True.
Rest in peace to Mike D.
Mm.
And Linkin Park. Rest in peace to Chester Bennington.
Lesser extent with Linkin Park, but yes. Because Linkin Park fans don't tend to be terrified of black people. At least not most of them.
See, I've met a bunch of people who will just Linkin Park's okay because it's just in control type shit.
Yeah, that
There's too much blackness here.
Yeah, well, it's also not. MCA is the one who died, not Mike D. I guess.
Not Mike D. I'm a fucking idiot.
That's okay.
Yeah.
How do I phrase this and not make it sound racist?
Just say it, and we can just see how it what it is. You know,
Linkin Park is rap music, but it is not intentionally trying to ape the style and aesthetics of black rap music, whereas Kid Rock's early shit is very much trying to emulate a black style of music.
I'm gonna actually take this in a different direction. I see what you're saying, but I think Kid Rock is a culture vulture who is using an aesthetic.
Oh yeah,
and he likes the appearance of this, so he just tries to make something in imitation. I think Linkin Park was just developing a sound.
Yeah, I'm not a massive Linkin Park fan, but they definitely are more interested in being original than Kid Rock could ever dream of being.
Yeah, no, I don't remember a ton of their music, only this and that, but
What I've done.
There's that. In the End, Numb,
Bleed It Out. That's another one.
Yeah. Never. I could do your greatest hits track for fucking Linkin Park probably, but yeah, it always sounded like they were at least not. They were just using musical elements that they liked and putting them together.
So before I get to the last thing we need to talk about before it's pit time for me, I need to ask you because you might know the answer. Is Transformers, the very first movie, is that the only movie that used What I've Done over its end credits? Let me find out if I can. You know what someone at one of these fucking Silicon Valley assholes needs to do is invent a database where you can look up any song and see a full list of the movies and shows that have used it.
I'm gonna raise you and say we should just put it on the onus of the streaming services because we pay them too much money.
True. Usage in media. So they only mention Transformers on Wikipedia.
It is a really the end ass song, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah, and it's a good fit for that movie. It's just because there's the meme about insert movie here if it was made in 2007, and they just take the ending of the movie and replace the music with What I've Done. But that meme being as prevalent as it is would make you think that that was done by more than one single movie.
Yeah, I find a lot of this shit. A lot of these modern memes are a bit more uninformed than we'd like. But what are you gonna do?
I think Transformers is just the most 2007 movie ever made. Yeah, especially because of, as we talked about the other day, the hideous blue and orange color grading. I love the edit where What I've Done plays over the end of Oppenheimer. That was one of the best ones, yeah. Did they do that with they did that with Star Wars, they did it with fucking Madam Web, they've done it with everyone has made one of those fucking memes. So anyway, before we end tonight, folks, I just need to talk about the elephant in the room, the thing I know you're all waiting for, the thing I was initially going to base this whole episode around before I became internet famous all of a sudden, is the new Harry Potter series. And I think rather than start off by talking, I'm going to start off by showing this image and letting this image do the talking for me. Do I even have to fucking say any more? Look at it. It's a shot-for-shot remake, except with less color and light and joy and fucking whimsy visible in the shot. And also, you can tell it's not shot on actual film because it looks like shit. And you can tell that this is shot on actual film because it doesn't look like shit.
Where's the train window?
It's right here. It's a slightly tweaked angle.
Okay.
But like, yeah, in the corner here, yeah, the window is there. Except it doesn't look like a window out to a bright sunny day filled with new adventure. It looks like fucking True Detective. Why do modern shows hate warmer hues? Probably just because like one fucking show did it and it worked, and they just imitated it for forevermore.
My take is that the lack of substance is being replaced with heightened drama and suspense that we're just trying to artificially inflate with this bullshit.
Yeah, and by the way, here, can I pull up some other fucking images from it? I don't want to fucking get copyright struck, so I'm probably just going to
We're not gonna get copyright struck for researching and commentating.
I think warmer hues are harder to mix CG with or something like that. Might be wrong, though. You might be giving them too much credit. I'm not willing to give them credit enough to say, yes, that's why.
I don't know, man. Like, there's that movie Next Gen. If you could pull that up for a second.
Next Gen 2018?
Yeah.
I've never actually seen this. Looks all right, I guess.
It's pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it had some pretty decent hues. It doesn't have to look like darkness incarnate.
I guess it's cool that they're allowed to call it Philosopher's Stone now. Do you know why they changed it, by the way?
Yes.
I shit you not. Do you know why?
Wasn't it a licensing problem?
No. It was because the American publisher was concerned that Americans were too stupid to know what the word philosopher meant. And they're probably right if we're real.
Is that why Summer can't say philosopher?
What?
I don't know why, but like that just makes me think of that Rick and Morty joke where Summer
Oh,
can't
yeah.
say philosopher.
Yeah. Wait, did I Oh, yeah, I did dislike it. Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Well, it deserves it. And also, look at the fucking ratio, which is not as good as... Well, it is not the ratio I think this trailer deserves.
6 mil views. We aren't there yet. In a world,
Yeah.
the boys more in the cupboard. Could you feel like
So isn't it cool how the cupboard fucking is dark and I can't actually see anything that's happening? Isn't that awesome?
more shelves are present and you are clearly in the know?
By the way, I forgot this till Twitter reminded me. The fucking shit-ass high school Harry's about to get sent to, full of bullies, is called Stonewall. That's from the books, too. That's not something she made up recently.
Stonewall Jackson.
All I know is that red is partially hard to work with in cameras, which is why Optimus in the first Transformers was mostly blue.
Whoa.
Yeah, maybe. That feels like a more primitive era's problem, but...
I thought that was because Optimus Prime supported the thin blue line.
The only blue lives that matter are Optimus Prime and Sonic the Hedgehog.
I really think that you need to expand your knowledge and stop discriminating against the hardworking Smurf people. Gargamel has done too much to them to have you just go and besmirch them.
The cupboard being dark does make more sense, but just because a scene takes place in the dark doesn't mean that it's okay that I can't see what's fucking happening in it.
I'm fine that the cupboard's dark. I just think it's funny that they
Nightcrawler.
They have to add something. So like, we're gonna add the dark cupboard. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. It's hard time for the Potter boy.
I'm not blaming this kid. I'm sure this kid is fine, but...
Where's the scar at?
It's right there.
See, that's barely a scar.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if Rowling didn't know Stonewall could be seen as a reference to the Confederate guy. I think you feel like you might have to be American to know that one. I forgot about the Confederate guy. I'm talking about Stonewall Inn, the queer protest.
Oh, no, I was talking about Stonewall Jackson.
I forgot about that fucking asshole.
I
And
mean,
yeah, it is flat. It is flat. There's no fucking cool tricks with the focus. No, none of what the Pit does.
listen. Maybe the school Harry goes to was founded by Martha P. Johnson. I don't fucking know.
I would hope so, but I doubt it. I forgot to tell you about this in the Pit. You want to hear?
Brick again?
Got thrown.
Yeah,
In fact, many did.
Yeah, like didn't someone claim it after? I don't know.
Probably. By the way, do you know? So Dave Van Ronk, the folk singer whom Llewyn Davis from Inside Llewyn Davis is loosely based on. Dave Van Ronk got arrested at Stonewall, but he wasn't gay or anything, and he wasn't even attending the protest. He was eating dinner at a nearby restaurant, was walking afterwards, saw people throwing bricks at the cops, and said, there must be a good reason this is happening, and picked up a brick and joined in.
The most reasonable human being. He said, there's clearly a crowd motive. It has to be a good point. I should help.
Nightcrawler, the movie, not the X-Man, paints with light, using it to highlight a scene, but surrounds things in shadow.
God, it's a good movie. I haven't seen that in a while.
I'll talk about it more next time, but just before this started, I watched a movie called It's What's Inside. And that's another one that really paints a picture with color in a really interesting way. I really like it.
Nightcrawler's Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, dude. Like, I really like his facial acting in that movie, because I feel like a lot of actors, like, we've seen so much violence in America, they just kill someone. It's like,
Hell yeah! Welcome back, John Brown. Fuck yeah, I miss John Brown. Oh, speaking of him, you ever watched the miniseries The Good Lord Bird?
Yes.
That was a fucking awesome series. I'm so mad that Showtime took it off streaming.
Wait, is that the one with Jesse Plemons?
No, that's the one with Ethan Hawke.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Gyllenhaal does have a crazy face. Something about his fucking eyes gives me the sense that he has a really dark secret that we're going to find out about eventually.
Yeah, dude, the way he was using his eyes in that movie, like, actually, it puts fear into my soul, and I love it. Just like,
I also respect the fact that he carried Spider-Man Far From Home on his goddamn back.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway, the thing I was saying about the Pit, this is why I love this fucking show. They had a moment last week where what?
I've heard this. I've heard a bunch of people are upset about this show. You and Woke TV.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. That's a whole different thing. No, there's a bit in, and there's no spoilers. Don't worry. There's a scene in last week's episode of The Pit where two characters have a conversation, and then we find out that a third character overheard part of it. The way they revealed that, most shows, how do you think they do it? They'd cut, right? They'd cut to the other person.
You can have someone walk in.
Yeah, or that. What they do, they have the two characters having their conversation in the foreground, and then while they're having it, suddenly the focus shifts to reveal that blurry shape in the background is a third character who can kind of hear what they're saying. Like, just inject that shit right into my fucking veins, dude. That is how you shoot a goddamn show.
Nah, that's fucking good. I like this.
Yeah. Woke TV in my hospital drama. Hospitals aren't political. Yeah,
exactly.
Everyone got preemptively pissed when they heard that ICE agents would be featured in The Pit, and then when they're featured in The Pit, they're depicted as cartoonish fucking ogres.
Because it's... Wait, like, how bad were they?
Well, so actually, the joke when it came out was they toned it down. They toned down how bad they are. Because there's a so what happens is, people are coming into the hospital, and one of them is a lady who has been arrested by two ICE agents. They brought her in because during the arrest she fell and fucked up her shoulder.
How old's this woman?
40, let's say.
Okay.
Like middle-aged.
Okay.
And they refuse to leave her side during treatment. They refuse to allow her phone calls. The doctors and nurses are visibly unhappy. A number of them just go home rather than be there with ICE agents there.
Thought these guys had something else to do. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what the question. And at one point, Dr. Robbie, the main character, Noah Wiley, he doesn't fight them. He's very polite, but he just makes it really fucking clear. No, this is what's going to happen. This woman needs treatment. We need to get her into an X-ray machine. You are going to allow this to happen. And the more reasonable of the two ICE agents reluctantly agrees. And my joke, because the producer said we'll show both sides of the debate. My joke was by both sides, they meant they cut the scene where the ICE agent responds to that by pistol whipping Robbie in the face.
Dog, I feel like the other side of the debate is the ICE agent going home and then just getting a check from ICE.
Yeah. Well, they are the lowest of the low. Anything that doesn't portray them as violent goblins is inaccurate. Yeah, this show is almost too nice to them, by which I mean it takes till the end of the episode for them to become violent sociopaths.
They're fucking modern Gestapo.
Yeah. Now, at the end of the episode, when they're demanding to fucking take the lady while the nurse is still treating her, and he says, hey, get your hand off her, they, throw the guy on the ground and arrest him and drag him out of the hospital and everything.
Jesus Christ.
And they're saying to Jesse is his name, we're getting you a lawyer, don't worry. And he just looks so unconcerned because he knows that they're going to have to apologize to him in, an hour. Because he's a white, not only is he an American citizen, he's a white guy, a skinny, completely inoffensive white guy who was attempting to administer medical treatment to a patient.
How long do you think it's going to be before that's not enough?
Well, it already isn't enough. They fucking shot Alex Preddy in the head 15 times, so.
Oh, I mean.
By the way, this was shot before that happened, I'm assuming, so that's probably why it didn't get more violent.
I mean, being white ain't really enough anymore. They're trying to strip your rights too and slowly come for everyone.
Yeah, it happens eventually. What's the Imperial Boomerang? Is that what they call it?
Oh, I guess. I just think about that fucking poem.
Yeah, so this was shot before Alex Preddy was killed, so it's kind of a disturbing coincidence how similar it is. Actually, Alex Preddy looked quite a bit like Noah Wiley, too, so it's a weird coincidence in a lot of fucking ways. Also, shout out Pin Pop Productions. A friend of mine does that channel. The only reason I haven't watched this episode yet is just simply because I didn't get to it. I'm going to watch it tonight. Look at... So, the fucking train car has to be gray, too. Here, I'll turn the sound on for a second.
Well...
They were funny and clever.
He sounds like he's doing a Robbie Coltrane impression.
I kind of want to say, do you think this might fit the tone a little better?
No, because, the tone of the Dursley house, yes. But then, by this point, if they were smart, all the Dursley house shit would be all gray and shitty looking, and then the saturation would slowly turn up as he ventures into the magical world. But they're not doing that because they're cowards.
Okay, so we're not doing anything like that.
To be fair, it is Britain. True. I wish the Wizarding World was filled with color. It was in the first two movies, which is why I like the first two movies a lot.
Guys, I was asking about this the other day, and maybe y'all would know. How big is the Wizard World? Literally, how big is it?
Apparently very tiny, considering the entire continent of Africa only needs one wizarding school.
I feel like that's not a statement on how big it is as much as she don't care about no black people.
Well, true, but I think even the whole U.S. only had one or two as well. So just in general, giant land masses only have one or two. So clearly wizards aren't that fucking... Yeah, funny you say that. Though the movie overall isn't very good, I really fucking love the way the Giver movie did color. The movie isn't very good for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, but they tried their best.
I know a lot of people had their hearts broken by John Lithgow, but Nick Frost is the one that really disappointed me. Yeah, I'm assuming that, maybe... Because I know J.K. Rowling's involvement in this show is somewhat limited, at least compared to her involvement in the movies. So maybe that's why. Maybe he was just as long as I don't have to talk to that bitch. Because I know he's not fucking transphobic or anything.
I'm confused. Who's Nick Frost and why are we upset?
Nick Frost is Hagrid.
But why are we upset? He's here.
Because he's a very nice guy who's done a lot of great movies that everyone loves. This guy.
I mean, yeah.
Shaun of the Dead and fucking Hot Fuzz and everything.
Yeah, no. I get that. I'm just trying to think this through because What are we just trying to get rid of all the Harry Potter?
What do you mean get rid of it? Like,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not upset that someone's doing something new.
yeah, I mean, I'm not I'm not devastated that he's in it. I just like, I'm kind of like, oh man, I really hope he's so fucking just doing it for the money. Yeah, I don't think they like her either. I think a lot of them probably wouldn't have signed on if they had to actually interact with her every day.
Dude, it seems like no one likes JK, and if she gets involved with anything, it's a problem. But also, if you don't do it, she's just gonna do it herself and make it worse.
Yeah, it is really funny. Like this show is for no one because liberals and leftists won't watch it because J.K. Rowling is Hitler, and conservatives won't watch it because it has brown people in it.
Whoa, hold on. Are you saying that we're rewriting our good history, our good magical Anglo-Saxon history with brown people?
That's literally how some of these people talk.
Oh my god.
How many scumbag producers do these people have to work with already? Yeah, that's true. The amount of money that JKR has put into lobbying for anti-trans legislation means any paycheck from Harry Potter's blood money, as far as I'm concerned. True, but keep in mind, you and I are a lot more online than Nick Frost is. Nick Frost might genuinely have no idea what the fuck she said.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't know she was donating that much, but I would just donate the paycheck to go opposite that then, because once again, she's still gonna do this and do those donations otherwise. So try to funnel her money back.
Yeah, so like, see how, first of all, I guess that's McGonagall. I mean, she looks fine, I guess. Notice how Hogwarts looks fucking identical, and so does the Sorting Hat, and so does everything else, because they have all those theme parks they don't want to heavily modify.
They just made McGonagall more fuckable.
Which, fair. Yeah, why is Hogwarts so fucking dark? The question I've been asking since Goblet of Fire came out in 2005.
Well, don't they not use electricity?
Well, yeah, but the first 3 movies were still shot in such a way where I could see everything happening.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean...
The first 2 in particular.
Yeah, see, they're trying to do fucking, like, authentic light-ass bullshit.
Yeah, well, the third one is a lot darker visually, but for a reason, because Alfonso Cuarón is an actual filmmaker.
God, making a bunch of light sources isn't a replacement for depth.
Also, why do they use some Muggle shit and not others? Like, they have magic-powered radios and Muggle plumbing, but
This is the shit that I like to ask about, which is the lore questions, because none of it's so bad, and none of it makes sense. Why do they have a fucking bank? I will die on this hill. Why do they have a fucking bank?
Also, if you're gonna to be dark, why are all the shadows gray? Good question. Yeah, this looks identical, more or less, to the movies. I mean, the Quidditch uniform is tweaked a little. The closest thing in this fucking trailer to joy was this shot, because those kids actually look happy as they open that Nimbus.
Is the flying gonna be cool?
Probably not. Like, the original movie is obviously 25 years old, so the CG is, like, a little limited compared to modern CG, but it still looks really fucking good in most shots.
Plus, this thing is missing the most important part.
Which one?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, I do like him. Oh my god, I forgot I didn't really consciously notice that, but yeah, Malfoy has the fucking broccoli top haircut.
Calling it Zoomer broccoli is pretty great, though.
Does Harry really only say one fucking line in this trailer? I believe you, but I didn't, like, I watched it once and I wasn't looking for that. See, like this, I like this. These 2 children playing these children look like they were actually having fun shooting this scene. Okay, that brings a little bit of a smile to my face. That kid was eating a s'more with a fucking spoon.
Whoa,
oh, yeah.
Whoa, hold on now. That's a problem.
What?
I saw a brown person that I didn't recognize.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking... By the way, that... I like...
Whoa. Woke in my fucking TV.
Yeah, and
I just got a rat in my cereal.
I don't mind race swapping most of the time. Like, I would even say I like it at times, because sometimes you can do something interesting with it. The problem here is that of all the characters to make black, Snape is the worst one. One, because he's a sociopathic narcissist. And 2, because part of his backstory is getting bullied by Harry's dad and literally being hung upside down from a tree at one point.
2 things. 1, is he a sociopathic narcissist?
Yes.
I don't know Harry Potter that well.
Oh, Snape, more so in the
I
books.
the movies, but like...
Yeah, the movies cut most of his worst stuff. And they also have Alan Rickman giving the role about 4,000 times as much gravitas and effort as it deserves.
I figured there was something along these lines. Like,
yeah, so those 2 things have kind of retconned Snape in the public's mind into this, like, tortured dark soul who was secretly a good guy the whole time. No, in reality, he's a fucking racist piece of shit, and the only reason he betrayed Voldemort is because Voldemort tried to kill the girl he was still in love with from high school.
oh,
Like, he did not betray Voldemort for ideological reasons. He did it for personal reasons. Here. I hate, he did. He had blue balls for Harry's fucking mom. Now, like, granted, there were girls in high school I wanted to fuck and I didn't get to. You know what I did after I graduated high school? I moved on. I met other girls.
Did he, like, date Harry's mom or something?
No, he was just in love with her and it was unrequited.
Did he, like, tell Harry's mom?
I think so. And then she said she politely declined and he got all
he
pissy.
shot his shot and missed?
Yeah, and he got pissy and called her a racial slur and, like...
Wait, really?
Well, he called her a mudblood, which is an in-universe racial slur.
Racial being not wizard.
Yeah. And,
okay. I'm just saying that's not a fictional construct. You can't do magic. That's just a different thing.
Well, mudblood means you come from a non-magic family. It's a fucking class distinction slur, basically.
Makes sense.
Though then again, that doesn't really mean anything because the Weasleys are technically purebloods too. But
Counts.
I hate that I know this much about Harry Potter lore, but the first couple...
lore.
Yeah, Hermione's... They never really state her ethnicity other than describing her as having curly dark hair.
See, when I've been wondering a lot of shit like this. Like, because these are book characters. And people are like, they're recasting. I'm like, but it's England.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's... Like, J.K. Rowling isn't from the fucking Victorian era. She grew up around brown people, I would assume.
So, yeah, back when she still had a good reputation and there was controversy over casting a black actress in the stage play version, she was, like, defending it. Yeah, Hermione's white face, she's describing, like, the lack of blood to her face. It's her white face is because she's terrified in that moment. So it doesn't mean literally white. It means, like,
I don't know, dog, because, like, I've never seen someone be like, his Puerto Rican face.
Yeah.
His Asian face, yellow in the light. Like, what? I don't know, man.
Here's what a bastard Snape is, and I know this because the first 3 movies are good, so I've actually watched them a bunch of times. So, you know Neville, right?
Yeah.
So Neville, when they're doing the Bogart thing where you have to face your worst fear, and Neville's worst fear is Professor Snape, and it's played for laughs.
Yes.
We find out in the later, and this could just be J.K. Rowling not knowing how to write, but I'm not giving her credit for that. In one of the later books, we find out that Neville's parents were tortured by Bellatrix until they lost their minds, and they live in like a fucking care home for disabled people, and that's why he lives with his grandma.
So the internet told me that Neville might have been the chosen one.
Sort of, yeah. So the prophecy or whatever Voldemort had was that it was going to be like a half-blood kid, only child born on this particular window, and Neville and Harry both fit that description. So he was like, well, I'll cover all my bases.
I'll just fuck both these kids' lives up.
Yeah, so, yeah, like Neville, he lives with his grandma. We find that out in the opening, like in the first book. We find out later on it's because his parents are in a care facility because they went insane from being tortured. So Neville has that in his fucking backstory. And Snape, and he's afraid of Snape. He's more afraid of Snape than he is of Bellatrix Lestrange. That's how fucking horrible Snape has been to him his entire time at Hogwarts.
I don't know. I'm going to chalk that up that she doesn't know how to write, because isn't this around the same time that we have a time fucking machine? She has a time machine. There's a fucking time machine in this story.
Yeah, the real answer is probably that she hadn't written Neville's backstory yet, but that doesn't matter. You have to come up with a retcon then. you have to. Oh, he wasn't there to see it, so he doesn't know who did it to his parents. Like, but they didn't do that. He knows Bellatrix Lestrange did it to his fucking parents.
Do you have to when people still take the swap anyway?
I guess not. Also, Hermione being race swapped to black would be pretty bad, considering there's a whole story arc where Hermione tries to abolish slavery for the House Elves, and it's seen as dumb. Yeah, that storyline mercifully was cut from the movies, which is one of many reasons the movies are better than the books.
I'm confused. Why don't we want this storyline?
Because the end of the lesson, the moral of the story is it's okay that House Elves like being slaves, and you're like a fucking soapbox Sadie for opposing chattel slavery.
Okay, so maybe I'm crazy here. Wouldn't it be better to just, instead of whitewashing that part of the story and acting like the rest of the world doesn't have that tinge on it, to just throw this whole fucking thing out of the window?
Yeah, well, keep in mind, when I say they cut it from the movie, they just cut the entire storyline.
Yeah, I kind of hate that because it makes a bunch of fans of this shit and like it just gateways into shit like that.
Well, they also had to do it because the book was like 700 pages long and they needed to fit it into a 2-hour, 20-minute movie. So some shit had to go on the cutting room floor.
Brian Boitano could have done it.
Well, yeah, of course he could. He can do anything. That doesn't count.
We need him sometimes.
I guess there's a line from Prisoner of Azkaban where they describe her arm as being brown. I don't care what race Hermione is. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But,
hold on, actually. Can you pull that quote back up just because I was mid-reading? Yeah, that's a Blairish girl if I've ever met one.
Yeah. Also, Snape is repeatedly described as having hair that's so greasy that the students find it disgusting, and they gave him dreads.
My nigga, yo, you did us dirty. Nah, the fuck?
It's a shame because this guy is a good actor. I've seen him in other stuff, and he'll probably give a half-decent performance. It's just...
He's good looking. Put him somewhere else.
Oh, also, J.K. Rowling used to have a rule that all the British characters had to be played by British actors, and for some reason she fucking dropped that like a fat kid on a seesaw.
That's not a thing anymore?
Well, John Lithgow is here, and he ain't fucking British.
How are the accents going to be then, do you think?
Well, most of the actors are British, so they'll probably be fine. And John Lithgow, whatever I think about him being in this, is a real actor. I'm sure he can do a British accent that sounds just fine.
Maybe she just ran out of good actors because a bunch of them died.
Well, probably what happened was she needed to find actors who would be okay being publicly associated with her now toxic brand, and so therefore she had to fucking settle for non-British actors.
It's so sad that she wasn't like associated with the toxic brand before all this.
Yeah, her reputation used to be that of a like left-leaning progressive liberal.
I don't understand how she got away with that. She's fucking anti-Semitic.
Well, yeah, but we didn't. Well, some people noticed that at the time, but a lot of people didn't. They barely changed the fucking logo. They barely changed it.
It's got more crooks and shit.
Yeah, I guess it looks a little more like the version on the book covers. It was fine, whatever. It's just like, God, this franchise is so fucking bankrupt now. Like, creatively, I mean.
You have a fucking bunch of stereotypical Jewish goblins running a bank.
Yeah, that was a little less obvious in the book because there was no Star of David on the floor of the fucking bank.
I mean, you don't even need a Star of David to just look at it and be like, wow, you could pull that right off a propaganda poster.
Well, yeah, and I noticed that as a kid because one of my friends pointed it out, and I said, because at the time her reputation was good, I said, I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt that she just didn't think of the implications. Now, I'm not willing to give her that benefit of the doubt anymore.
Every time we give the benefit of the doubt, it just allows for breeding.
I know.
It's crazy she would do that and just not know.
Anyway, I want to go watch The Pit, and I'm also fucking sweating my goddamn balls off because I've got so much energy.
How much energy do you have?
I don't know.
Well...
So I'm going to go take an edible and watch The Pit, and I'm out of ginger beer, so I'm going to grab an actual beer because heck the rules.
What's going to happen next week, Larry?
So next week, I don't have a concrete date, but probably... Oh, yeah, here we go.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, I will wait.
You said ginger beer, and I remembered I put a drink in the freezer. It didn't explode. Sorry. Are you alive?
Yeah, I'm just sending us something.
But yeah, so what happens next week?
It looks like he's down for the time I suggested, Tuesday at 8:30. So next week we are going to do an interview / possible debate with Based If True, who is a YouTuber. So I'm guessing he'll host us on his stream and we will host him on ours. That is my guess on how this will work.
This is so dumb.
In the meantime, keep your buttholes clean and fucking eat some vegetables. Eat the vegetables your mother made. She worked hard on them, and I know they taste like shit, but just throw some fucking salt and pepper on them or something and eat them.
That doesn't excuse you keto fuckers. You eat your mother's cooking.
Yeah, the whole keto, that's a whole different thing. Anyway, like the stream and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon and fucking, I don't know, send out smoke signals to your friends. Tell your grandma to watch us. I want your grandma to hear us joking about pooping in
Your
her hole.
particular grandma. And if you bring your grandma, tell us in chat, and we will shout out your grandma.
Yeah, I really hope my grandma is not still awake because she could probably hear me.
Listen, we will ask your grandma her favorite sex position if you want.
And she'll probably answer it.
We can find things out. We'll explore.
Anyway, good night, everyone.
Bye.